Close still.
Okay, so
Damn,
let's begin with introductions.
that's like the fifth time that I've talked to you this week. You've eaten fish tacos.
No, I've been
Enough with
wanting
your
fish
fish
tacos.
tacos. This is not Tuesday. No tacos.
What
It's
about
Tuesday
Brazil?
somewhere.
I believe this is Jester.
But
Benjamin Czar,
but
please introduce yourself.
but it's Friday, Fish Taco Friday.
I'm assuming we're all at a table or are we standing?
You're all in a ethereal room.
You
Out
said
of
we all know,
character, your
we all know each
characters
other.
would have known each other for at least a year by now.
Okay. All Benjamin size in his ornate arbority gear, trench coat included with florals on the side, probably representing of his high-born background. He has his hair, he's just observing as usual, watching. He's not all that talkative, but serious mostly serious, because when you're an arbiter, you need to be serious. Jokes only get in the way.
Beatings must continue.
Beatings are for the cadres. I do the shooting. Also, I found out what they're called, Drew. They're called arbiter cadres.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I have one question for Mr. Benjamin. Of your group, who would you say is closest to you? Not necessarily your friend, uh, but the one you would most prefer to be around of these savages.
Most likely Katerina. She seems squeamish around him, but she does her job with a enthusiastic vigor.
Okay, now the opposite question: who would you least likely to be around?
I'll be right back. I've got to go.
I'll let you be the guess of that. Stares towards a redhead that has no standard of dressing. Probably insults him at every moment, and probably did one or two murders in front of him.
The girl, who I might add, is named Frank.
Frank the Fourth, and I'm pretty sure he thinks there's a. She put on that because she wasn't the fourth. Frank put it because it sounded funny.
Okay.
Nah, man, it's just because she's killed 4 Franks.
You're not helping the point here.
I'm not trying to.
So I think we can understand why you. Okay, so you can just go ahead and put yourself at this nice little dinner table after you've finished your introduction.
But it's on fire.
That's a shame.
I'm a bit big. Can you make me smaller?
I've returned. Look,
Okay, so next on the introduction,
You know what? I'm unable. I deserve to be at the head of the table.
that's where. Hey.
I think we found a Connor.
Okay, there we go. Then there.
Good boy. Hey.
No, that's
Jeez, you guys got real into this shit.
Well, I got into this shit. Jester jacknapped my template.
Hey!
No, you
I changed it enough.
Okay,
Anyway.
would Quad, now would you introduce yourself, and let's all take a moment to just give him applause on his hands for his little written log here.
Adept serial number A01980685160289289284-3007-I4.
We will never hear that again.
Also known
shot
as...
myself. I almost shot myself for some excitement.
Good job. But she goes by Katerina. She is a small, very skinny, very soft-spoken young woman. She is a very intelligent adept. She's very good with facts, figures, and numbers. But she is incredibly shy, very squeamish, and just does not like most people. She's very introverted. She's probably only spoken a handful of words to each of you over the year we've known her. Maybe more if she was forced to.
Okay.
I will
I'll
be
ask you
right
the-
back once again as it is raining and my dog's losing their mind. Skip me.
Okay. Now, I'll ask you the same questions I asked Jester. Who do you think you are closest to?
Whomever is least physically intimidating.
So
Given their-
nobody.
Nobody. She's equally terrified of all of them.
Okay, only one of their portraits doesn't actively have them holding out a weapon, so I guess you are closest to Benjamin.
Sure.
I have a different type of intimidation. You fuck with me, I will bring your family down.
Yes. So I guess probably Benjamin, although she's intimidated by all of them for vastly different reasons.
So less I'm close to them and more I'm the least terrified of you.
Yeah. She's probably the most terrified of Frank.
I assume that would be the answer to your second question, which is who do you...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because she looks like a criminal, and criminals make for terrible record keeping.
Well, go ahead and put you
So,
on the ship at the
she-
table.
So Frank is both a physical threat and a threat to her sanity.
Oh, I've returned. I didn't have to fight the dog nearly as hard as normal.
Welcome back.
Perfect time. Frank, please give yourself a brief introduction.
Frank the Fourth earned the title by killing Frank the Third, who killed the second, who killed the first. That is what I do. I shoot, I stab, I talk to people who shoot and stab. Well, I don't so much stab. I suck at stabbing. The sword was French the Third, but you know.
I won't lie. Quad, when you made that joke, I thought you were full shit.
Oh, I didn't hear that. No, that's why they're called Frank the Fourth. They killed Frank the Third, who killed
Yeah,
Frank
no,
the Second.
he made that joke, and we laughed at it, but apparently that's serious. Holy shit! Okay.
No, you laughed at it. I was like, no, that's actually probably something we actually did.
Oh, I guess I'm the only fool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Frank, I have two questions for you. Of your crew, of your player crew, who would you say you're the closest to?
Probably Vera, only because Vera is the only one that would probably even tolerate my existence.
Well,
If-
that might be true, considering the two previous responses. Who do you most dislike, if any?
Well, the goddamn Arbite with the stick up his ass.
That's probably a no-brainer. I don't even know why I bothered asking that question. Same reason why I didn't know why I asked the Arbite that question.
He's the worst kind of Arbite, too. He's a noble Arbite. That's two sticks.
No, it's simply a gilded stick.
Then I'll just
It's
simply buy
on
the
the,
second. Then I'll
map. But they didn't.
if it makes you happy, I'll simply buy the second stick.
I will thank you for recognizing that it is engraved.
Of course, it's going to be engraved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jace, put your token on the map.
Aha.
Ah,
Yeah, but no. Yeah, her description is just the picture I found. That's why I picked it.
You can just imagine Frank
certainly
eating
at
with.
least the character I know nothing about because it was recently changed.
Again, you
Vera.
don't give Connor.
Or
Don't give
Vera.
Connor time.
How do you pronounce it, Connor?
Kalishnikov.
Oh, her.
So
dude.
Vera Kalishnikov. Connor's lazy as fuck. What are you expecting?
Well, considering
Oh,
you
that-
cycle through 8 people every time a new game's about to start, I'm not surprised.
Surprising enough, I'm still stuck on one character for the two D&D games I joined. So, just a fun fact. No. But yeah, Vera is a pale skin, short black hair, arbiter, doesn't talk much, treats everyone equally with a level of, you exist, and it mostly operates by the book, and is just straightforward like that.
Okay. Who would you say you're the closest to of your 4?
Mm.
Keep in mind, this doesn't mean you have to like them.
Let's just roll a D3, going from the top to the bottom.
Look, he's used to it. All right, Frank's only here because the gang died, and I had nowhere else to go, and
Okay,
it seemed like an easy way to make cash.
Who's the top in?
You're closest to the Arbite.
Okay, so the other Arbite, and who do I care the least for? Who is Lee can be used as the breaching dummy?
Okay.
Who's the? Okay, so Frank.
That's very awkward. Frank considers you very close friends.
I literally said
Exactly.
the only one that
I
would
allowed
tolerate
Frank to
me.
walk away.
Good point. Good point.
Look. This is my thing. I tell Frank I don't care as long as I don't see it. Walk away, sit on the roof, and then watch Frank do something illegal. Because normally when Frank does something illegal, I find myself spent.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll go ahead and put your token on the map there.
Words of St. Benjamin Bar. If I was a normal police officer, I could arrest Frank IV and have her sentenced for 20 life sentences.
Though you'd have to arrest her primarily for the murder of Frank III.
I never saw that, and I just find that's a story most pipe cities just make.
Okay,
But pursuing the way with a weapon, she probably did.
Yeah, the chainsword is engraved with Frank III on it.
Okay. So, let's introduce your crew members that are important. We're going to ignore the 4 crew members up there until some time.
How dare you ignore those 4? I have gambling nights with them on Sunday.
Fair enough. So,
Oh God, it's happening again. It's the clones. They come for me.
So the first on the list would be dear Jerome, who is, of the 2 astropaths currently on board here, he is the one actually stationed here. He's assigned to this hunter. He's been here for what he would say years, what looks like decades, maybe even a century
He has
or 2.
eyes.
Bro, when I look into that man's eyes, maybe it's because maybe it's because we just got off the Primarch game. When I look at that man's eyes, I see Malkador.
He
says that?
He's an astropath with eyes. Jesus, you
No,
failed.
They can have eyes. They're just usually either pure white or...
Yeah. So he would have, like Joseph said, pure white eyes. But most do have them burned out of the skull. That's why they wear the blindfold. It creeps people out.
Yep. Now, the other Psycho who claims he's an astropath, probably not,
Does he have eyes?
would be
No,
Vane Quell. He has been assigned. You probably have talked with him at least some points. You at the very least you know of him from your time with your interrogator. He is a fairly accomplished acolyte, though in your Ordos that means he's really, really good at solving problems quickly, which problems being involving, well, the Tithe. So whether you consider that impressive or not is entirely up to your own opinion.
No. But it's better to get shot up by some crazy alien.
Now, Vane here is only here temporarily. He's your observer. He's here to report, and at the end of the day, depending on what you do, instantly fail you or pass you if you do particularly well or particularly bad Otherwise, he'll simply pass it along to the interrogator for his decision, though he does have the authority to pass you or fail you at his own discretion. If you pass, you guys are officially independent. You are officially an independent cell and will be able to choose your missions in the future from a list provided to you by your interrogator at assigned drop points or via carriers. If you fail, you go back to your interrogator's side for a indefinite amount of time for what quote-unquote retraining and repurposing.
It just means
Drew, grok
more-
feed is not repurposing.
It's repurposing. It's recycling, really.
No, but servitorization is.
I don't want to have to do taxes again and again and again and again because I will shoot my own goddamn brains out. I'd rather be a servitor than do more tax math.
What if they make you a solicitor? And then you make you do taxes anyway.
That's very
I won't know I'm doing that, so I don't give a shit anymore.
Okay, now to be clarifying the rules for your trial, I'll fuck his name up 1,000 times.
Bitch boy.
Your observer isn't allowed to help you at all. But at the same time, he's technically allowed to give advice. It's sort of like if you've ever gone, everyone here has gotten their license at least once. You know how the DMV works. You can technically ask them if it's against the rule to do this, but they will not help you pass that. You are, however, allowed to use to the full abilities of their skills your 4 crew members, as well as your actual astropath. They are technically, of this moment, your assets until some point in time. If you lose the right, which is entirely based on if you somehow manage to piss off Thane enough for him to take it away. Your current mission, being discussed over a lavish dinner, is Aurelia in the system Aurelia.
O'Reilly?
O'Reilly. All those parts.
It's pronounced and spoken Aurelia.
O'Reilly.
Yeah,
Hey, you.
it's O'Reilly now.
It got demoted to a fucking restaurant, apparently.
Yes.
Now, this is basic information you would have. And it's a feudal world,
God.
well truly known for its beauty.
Yeah.
If you'd like to know any more, you would need to roll me a lore.
All I got is criminal in our body.
I mean, all I have is Underworld, so unless I
Yeah.
would have had some miracle
I assume
knowing
everyone
anything about
has
this.
knowledge Imperium, but it's
Nope.
never...
Nope. That's actually something you have to buy.
Is actually something thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, straight up. I literally only know the Underworld and like the Hive City I was born in, and that'd be the best I would know.
Man, it's been way too long since I've looked at the lores.
So,
Do you want to just give us Imperium?
No, but you can all make the roll at a plus 20. I'll make since this is something fairly basic and well known, I'll give you all the ability to make the roll at a plus 20.
So flat.
may I ask a question?
You may ask a question.
Can I use lore in administratum to talk about having read the planet's official planetary report and tax documents?
Yes, but I'll only give you a plus 10.
Okay.
Hot damn.
I know.
Apparently you didn't even need that plus 10. So, no one... Oh, wait. Surprisingly, Frank the Fourth has heard about some things here. Frank, what is your... forgot this probably worked for you. So, you don't really know it through its main tourism thing. You know that Aurelia's got a bit of a rep for growing organized organizations that may not be on the up and up. It's... From what you recall, the station orbiting the planet where the governor governs from is pretty lenient as long as you make sure you follow certain unwritten rules and pay certain undisclosed taxes. As such, you know that some organized crime is in the area, though you would have to make a more difficult actual underworld test to know specifics about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Katrina, you have very good information. You know that, due to numerous reasons, the governor, Fridia Maxwell, has come across the administrative desk with numerous complaints against him. However, he is remarkably effective, and quite regularly, specifically whenever there's a influx of complaints, the tithes and other thing given to the Imperium and the local sector as a whole seem to increase from his planet. And those complaints are swiftly ignored. It's understood in the Administratum that so long as he keeps performing as well as he does, his indiscretions are left to the local authorities who don't care or are already on his payroll and therefore would never actually do anything about it.
I see. Good to know. Okay.
Just a clarification with the GM. By the sort of reputation of gangs, do these gangs form up here and then spread out, or is there's some just grapevine tales of if you want to start up a real power base, you go here.
Less that, and it's more that there's organized crime here, as in gangs of actual sophistication, probably outer system or outer of planet, have set up here and are working here.
So, okay, so it's not
some
just
would say the worst place to try and start up a gang, because this is someone's powerful turf.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I just need that clarification. I misunderstood your description. So yeah, so it's not so much great place to start a gang. It's this is definitely a step above of the street hoodlums.
Yeah, especially because it is a feudal world, so it doesn't take too big of a leap of logic to know that it's almost certainly, if you've heard of gang stuff there, organized gang, it's someone out of maybe system, definitely out of off-world, that has enough resources and the know-how to set up an operation on another planet.
Yeah.
One that the Imperium does take seriously and making sure they don't get too exposed to modern tech.
Yeah. Last thing you need is a bunch of backwater punks with a fucking las pistol.
Or a power axe.
Is there any questions you have about the briefing, either to Vane, which you are allowed to ask these questions?
So, will we be able to get onto planet if, should whatever reason he has, I don't know, a hidden vault in some castle in a mountain?
It's a hidden vault with all of the groks in it.
Yeah.
Is it just the groks that have not been paid?
The system as a whole is missing some things, but for now you can focus on Aurelia.
That's what I meant. He brings the cigar back to his mouth.
Yes,
This maybe is Sorry. Go ahead.
He will say that there are the 0.02% of the Tithe is for the entire system. That is why you're here. It is not just one planet. Other planet, Aurelia and Aurelia are both points of interest for you. But they are not believed to be related to each other, as Aurelia is primarily for it reports of its 57th founding having a problem, which is part of its Tithe. Aurelia is just Grox.
Yeah. This is kind of a possibly dumb question. Like, how much tonnage of Grox are they supposed to produce? Because I know a Grox can feed a shit ton of people, so I don't know exactly what scale of, like...
Oh, we're talking, like, Grox within, like, heads of, like, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands.
Oh, that's right. If you're a criminal and you stole probably a percentage that's been stolen, you no longer need to work for the rest of your life, and your gang no needs to work for the rest of their life.
I was wondering, because in my head I was like, are we dealing with some weird Grox rustlers? But this is a planetary Tithe, but I know Grox can produce a lot of food singularly. How much tonnage are we talking here?
Yeah,
okay,
we're talking quite a lot of tons. Like,
how are they shipped from the planet to the station, then from there outward?
They are shipped typically by just general transport. Most merchant vessels can get a standard upgrade to haul livestock, and the ships dedicated to the Tithe, at least for the ones going around here, do have that upgrade. They are simply shipped from on ground at the very specific points where the Administratum is able to relatively quickly and without too much effort hide shuttlecraft and take it up to orbit, typically to the station for holding until the Tithe arrives, and then is transported over there. Though if the ships are there, it's fairly common for that little plan to get derailed and them to start loading it directly onto the Tithe ships.
Yeah.
He looks to Katrina, who has raised her hand, staring her dead in the eyes with his soulless, almost lightning-clouded eyes.
You're gonna kill her. She sees that and she just kind of like shirks in on herself, and she just asks, I'm not gonna do her stutter or her meek voice because I don't want to blow out my mic, but she'll ask if we have authority to investigate. Basically, are we going in under a cover? And if so, do we have that documentation?
That is entirely up to you. I'm merely an observer.
Yeah. I mean, we have, unfortunately, authorities I point to. Connor said was an Arbite, right?
Yes.
Yeah, as I point to the two Arbites, as far as I know, these find party ruiners of many of the great people can do whatever the fuck they want, wherever the fuck they want.
That is incorrect. We have laws, we abide.
Without just reason and evidence, we are somewhat limited in our activities. Though, if we have true reason, the book does state we may act
accordingly.
Yeah, I've seen your justifiable acts many a times.
It just means you and your friends weren't good at hiding the evidence.
No, I was great. I never got caught with nothing. But anyway, okay, but fine. Apparently the stick puppets don't have the ability to where the fuck they want, wherever the fuck they want.
Out of character, I'm suddenly getting a flashback to a quote I once heard. I don't know if I should be. Do not leave him in charge, sir. He thinks the chain of command is a chain that you use to beat the corporals with.
But okay, so we're looking for mixing grots. How? Like, I've never seen a real grox, but I've heard enough stories that these things are mean as piss, right? How would you keep them from not just going bitey?
Do not be within a half-mile radius of one of them.
That might help.
You know, I'm assuming the gates that they're controlling are castle walls.
I
Right.
don't actually believe that there is any lore that is animals.
Survival and knowledge agree.
Yeah, knowledge agree.
I guess that works.
But
Yeah.
so that's like really common, like groks. You could just make assumptions.
There's also scholastic lore beasts.
Yeah, there's scholastic lore beasts. There's
I
agree.
will let everyone except for Chase make the roll at a
Yeah.
plus 10 since it is a Grox. Chase, you can roll me Underworld, and I will give you a plus 10 because you rolled well on the you passed the previous test.
Wait, I can't roll Underworld?
Oh, I forgot you have if you have Underworld, you can roll that at
Well, 97 tells me fuck you.
I would not know.
holy fuck, Chase.
You have a plus 10.
Yeah.
Apparently Chase is our lore monkey. Good job, Chase.
I ain't the Lord monkey. Because, like I said, I mean, in my head, it's like I, the player, know that Groxes can be very mean.
No,
Frank is only a
I was more surprised by the fact that you rolled below a 10. That's incredible. That's very rare for you.
Chase, I think we found your game.
But
Don't say that just yet.
so, like in my head, it's like, well, Frank's only heard stories. These things are mean. How would you hide a shit ton of them without them getting bitey?
So apparently, Frank has either heard from way too many people about how you do it, or has done it herself. But you know exactly how to steal Grox. Benjamin, you are more aware that it's more of a prevalent problem that you it's more prevalent of a problem than one might expect. Grox thieves are pretty much on every planet that has Grox. It's almost never dealt with by the Arbites because it's very rarely done in a large enough quantity to warrant their presence. But you do know that, physically from how you pretty much know the countermeasures to where Frank knows how to get around those countermeasures. It's fairly common for Grox herders to train certain Grox to be very, very, very aggressive against anyone that is not supposed to be in their pens. And that is typically the defense for most. You also know that Grox herders are always armed and are pretty damn good shots. At least in your experience. How that would be on a feudal world may vary. Frank, though, you know that it's a skilled Grox thief is fairly easily able to tell which one has been trained as which. And as for an operation to mass steal them, well, it's fairly easy. You just kill the one. If you can deal with the ones that are the danger, you can just grab them. But it's far more common for organized crime to simply buy them off. I mean, after all, these are specific rocks that are dealt for the Tithe. So, if you were doing it, what you would do is you'd go to the farmers themselves, and the farmers or the herders, or someone on there, and simply pay them a price per head, sort of off the deal. That way, they get some extra cash, you get some grox, and they can report it to the cops. And typically, depending on what planet they're on, they might even get insurance money off of it.
Yeah.
So you calling his lore about Brock's before ammo's kicking in and he can't say shit right now.
Yeah. Okay, so noted. So
Hopefully Drew doesn't know about that one breed of Grox.
Who do you tell?
So bribing the locals, which wouldn't be too hard. With that do I, at least from the information I know, Groxes, like, I know Groxes are pretty hardy beasts. Like, a las pistol will probably do fine, but if like you shot one, if you try to stab one with like a knife, you're probably just going to piss it off and it's going to like
If you try
bite
and stab
your hand.
one with a knife, you're a dead man.
Right.
If you try to shoot one with a las pistol, you're probably a dead man.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. Just bigger guns than what a feudal world probably would have.
Yeah. To kill one in a feudal world, you're probably going to want... It's like a boar hunt. You're going to want a small little gang of people with very long, pointy sticks.
Yeah.
So this planet has done the equivalent of a park formation just for Groxes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, considering you can legit ride a Grox in the battle, I'm pretty sure this world has Grox cavalry.
No, bye-bye, Grox cavalry.
Well, I mean, it's a hardy beast, difficult to kill, and if it dies, free rations.
It's really difficult to kill, so there's none of Groxes kind of lost.
So there's a
You
what?
also threw a tank at it.
Yeah.
It
I will
took a
say-
legitimate tank to kill them. The infantry plinked.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly as a player, they got like what?
The
8
average
total?
15-man volley would do consistently 1 point of damage. If they were lucky, 3.
Yeah.
They physically couldn't hurt the damn thing.
But regardless, yeah, so okay, so
They have a really high toughness and they have natural armor. They're a real bitch to deal with.
right. Okay, so yeah, Frank would know enough. It's like, okay, so if someone's going the hard route, it's a large group of brave, dumb as fuck sons of bitches who are poking it with a stick, essentially, a very sharp stick, but a stick nonetheless. Or someone with a lot of money to spend.
I will say this, with your 4, you can safely say that there's no way in hell local feudal worlders are stealing this many Grox and haven't either A, died, or B, been caught yet.
Yeah, so it's either off-worlders with heavy enough guns, if they really want to go the loud route, or B, someone with a lot of cash to just be like, fuck this noise, spend the money, dude lets the herd out, he grabs his share and buggers off. Is there any... I've only been in space for a year, but I've run into enough... I've heard the crew bitch and moan about enough weird stuff. You know, like any weird spatial disturbances, like I don't know, like some mild auger interference crap that a ship could just kind of like disappear into?
I mean, you're a hunter. It doesn't take much for... your crew's very confident that they can hide this ship.
Well, no, I'm asking if there is in this system in case it is an off-world smugglers.
No,
If there's one station on this planet, and unless there is a near constant transport convoy, they have to disappear at some point.
yeah, no,
So I'm asking. So I'm like asking.
no natural phenomenon like that. There is no like. I mean, there's some nebulas around, but none particularly close to the planet until it gets to very certain rotations.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no like just natural like magnetic field throughout the whole area that will like fuck up the augury, so a ship can just have an easier time of disappearing if they don't want to be like, hey, don't notice me as I just left an unsanctioned zone.
There's also a light cruiser in the area as a garrison, so the odds of a smuggler getting around that... I mean, it's a very old light cruiser, but its augers should still be working just well enough to stop any smugglers.
Yeah. Okay. So now the question becomes, where the hell could they hide?
It's the
Fuck.
Emperor's Shield, by the way, is the...
Cruiser.
Yep.
Ah. You're forcing me to see that. Messed up my notes.
If a Grox
Well-
dies, it has enough meat to feed a squad of 10 guardsmen for 3 days.
Yes. They give a lot of fucking food.
So,
Yeah.
any
Like I
other
said, they
questions
make
from
pretty good
anyone else?
calories. Howard.
Besides Grox, because out of character, I know with most feudal worlds, the governor really just kind of he lives on the orbital outside of the world, as do most of the planetary elite, like the true planetary elite. Have there been any strange logs of imports or exports specifically to the station, not the planet?
You'll have to roll me Administratum. Though I will give you a +10 with your, because if memory serves, you rolled really good last time you did that. Yeah, you did.
What about? I also have Scholastic Lore Bureaucracy as well.
That. I would say Administratum, because this is more reports that you would have read. If it would be Bureaucracy if you were able to research, at the station, like their records.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Frank started talking, and Katerina got scared.
Frank reached over for the salt that was right next to you, and you thought that was it. She was finally gonna kill you.
Yep. This is
no. I was gonna let you roll. I was just gonna ask while you were doing that.
I'm just trying to think of other things that we might not be considering.
Yeah, I can't ask shit because I got 0 lores.
Yeah, I was going to ask. The number is consistent across the board. It's not like one of the farmers down there is missing more than another.
You don't have the specific records of that.
Oh, okay, so no specific records of that. 2.
I was wondering
how many how many lords are on this planet?
Yes.
How many?
a feudal world.
Right.
I said, he said at a public, I was going to say, how many days are there in a year? How many planets are in the system? Probably somewhere around that. Some have titles, some don't. Some have backing, some don't. Feudal worlds are a hot mess when it comes to the nobility.
Huh. Call us disorganized idiots. Okay, we'll retract that question. If
you would like, you can begin talking about your infiltration.
I will bring up. We'll have to bring this up. What are the chances that the Gox get stolen from the station, not the planet?
That is entirely up to your own investigation.
Yeah, I'll say it's probably the best. As considering the information we've been gathering, it's probably where they're coming. It's probably where they're disappearing from. Is if there is holding pins for these things, that means it's all the nice, pleasant, non-Terra face-off ones immediately. So it'd be easier for them to go. I don't know. Pretty face, some nice words, some cash, and a rewriting of a manifest, and bam, there goes a whole bunch of groks to somewhere that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. It's up to your investigation to figure out if it's where it's being up. He can't exactly give advice on that, but
Yeah.
I should point out that about your infiltration, due to your time with your interrogator, all of you will know if you can't find up with a good cover, the hunter is extremely good at stealthily landing on worlds that don't have an abundance of sensor relays, so a feudal world, remarkably easy to land on if you can't find a cover and then take off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the station's probably where we kind of want to start poking around.
You can also land on the station with an endless amount of covers that you've used with the interrogator before.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, it's I know it's come across our desk, but how far deep, and Frank just kind of looks at the small mousy girl, how deep into the Administratum's hierarchy of crazy is it gone? Like, could we just legit be here? It's like, hey, we've noticed some weird. Do you mind if we go over your records just to make sure we didn't fuck up somewhere?
Yeah. Yep.
That might not be a good idea.
When I did that, I felt my own cheeks turning red. Fuck, I'm already turning into the character.
Good. That might not be a good idea. We'll come in openly as administratum. It would be very easy for someone on the payroll to falsify information. Make the administrator happy, then we leave, and the problem we continue.
Katerina will explain that she'll explain what Drew said earlier, with that the governor has been known to be behind on these things before, but usually he just makes it up in the next Tithe, and it's usually all as well. And that report kind of gets swept away. But I know, and she'll get really quiet for a brief moment, and then she'll add that but she knows a few what the fuck would their names be, adjutants that don't like the way he keeps his records. And then she blushes like she told someone's very personal secret.
Okay.
One thing we could do, since we do have the authority, we could be here tracking a quarry, smuggler, criminal, or whatever. Search around the station, and then go check down the planet's surface. Simple cover and will allow access to most places.
Well, I'll let you know. Riley's got some rumors. Rumors state that if even an Arbite probably ain't above from getting vented by accident by a freak accident if you poke around too hard.
That is why you say deep within the station, unless the person is willing to sacrifice most of the station. I doubt they'll vent you. That's why you do not start your investigation on the edge. Unless you have a void suit.
Does the Hunter have windows? Because I know some Imperial ships do have full windows.
No.
Okay, yeah. So do we have a hologram?
Maybe.
Huh?
I mean, maybe in the cockpit, but
yeah. Do we? Are we fancy enough to have a holo projector?
no.
Okay. I just didn't know. But yeah,
That was used from Rogue Trader and Co.
That wasn't in the budget, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, you never know. There are some ships that are owned by 13th generation free merchants going between planet to planet, and they've got a holo monitor. It just depends on how good the ship was when whoever got it. I mean, the mechanics do try to keep the good shit for themselves, but no one ever likes to share. Okay, well, either way, Frank goes. I mean, look, I've been out in space and I've seen a few planets in a year, but I still don't know shit all about anything that's not made of metal and toxic fumes. And a station's the closest thing to that I understand.
Perhaps. I've already forgotten his name. Jerome will pipe up at this point and simply say, "Perhaps you may begin your investigation on the station. And while you are there, if you can find some cream for my wrinkles, that would be appreciated."
I'm gonna let you know this. You are the oldest thing I've seen ever, but I've never seen anyone past 30. So
I am only 32.
Again, never seen anyone past 30.
Either way.
Please remember the cream if you go by the store.
Uh-huh.
My face
Sure.
hurts.
You know what? Maybe I'll get lucky, break into the governor's office, and steal his rejuvenates.
Would be
That is a
appreciated.
surgery.
far as I know, they're not illegal to have as long as you can afford them.
You do know that rejuvenative treatment is a surgical operation, correct?
Really? I thought it was something you just stabbed into you.
That is
No.
unfortunate. But yes, if you would like, I can get some old ideas of yours that were given to me by your interrogator.
I don't think Sally's going to work here. I don't think they appreciate strippers.
Well, there's that one, but I would recommend the merchant ones.
I do not believe any of us have the charisma to pass off as merchants.
Gives a sly smile as he's smoking a cigar.
I remember that one. That was Henry. I miss Henry.
It is better than simply walking on his station with a hunter, is it not? Small time traders, local free merchants, inter-system free merchants. What's it not?
Well, considering we've never been by before and definitely don't sound like any local. I mean, what else is in the system? Let me do a quick check on the Aurelian. So we're here.
Right, there's a hive world, there's a forge world,
There's 2 mining worlds, though Patlas is more of a Mechanicus operation than a mining world.
Lydia's Imperial.
So is Mechanicus the worst to deal with?
There's a death world? God damn.
Mechanicus are literally the worst to deal with. The tax returns in binary, and I don't know how to read binary.
They don't pay taxes, technically.
Okay, so
Even if they did, I couldn't tell it's in binary.
Aurelia is the hive world, and Aurelia is a feudal nearby. Yeah. Look, I'll tell you right now, I definitely don't sound like we definitely don't sound like the locals. Everyone's got their own unique little accent and spin on everything. So being local
most of them probably wouldn't even give a damn. We're talking about people that live on a station over a feudal world. They'd probably just be happy to meet someone that is out of, well, their world. 2, you would not be the first outer system traders that have hitched a ride for greener pastures.
Sure. Oh.
Now, excuse me, I'm going to enjoy this chicken.
You should have fish. Fish is better for your health.
Then you will pick some up when you go to the market.
I'm just imagining, like, I'm going to enjoy this fish now. He looks down at it like, are we going to eat it? No, I'm savoring the idea that I have the teeth to chew.
Yeah, Frank's like, I don't know what y'all keep talking about. I've never seen a chicken or a fish or whatever. I've been out here for a year, and all I've ever seen is the same great
Chicken
bullshit as I've
is
ever
the
seen.
piece of meat that you are currently eating.
Put that in it.
Or at least it's
Chicken?
a type of chicken.
Poultry.
Yeah. I understand the base idea of what an animal theoretically is, but I thought this was rat.
I hope not.
Forced to play it away from him thinking that he might be eating rat.
Anyway, I've about finished my meal, so I'll go give the crew their meals. So he just, like, picks up full plates. I will talk to you all later. Let me know if you want your IDs.
Yeah.
Hobbles
So-
away.
So, yeah, I mean, merchant's probably the best thing, but I just don't know how deep into any kind of paperwork or information. This one I, like, point over to, again, Mousy Girl. I know your name's Katarina. She's just
No, it's okay.
to what Mouse here can get into as just a free merchant. Like, how wide can administrative clerks like disappear to? Do you not have to be part of the administrative points, or can you literally be like, I don't know, some merchant's accountant?
So here's the funny thing about the Administratum. Technically, I cannot leave the service of the Adeptus Administratum, but the funny thing is, the Adeptus Administratum is so widespread, with the correct form, or at least something that even looks like it's the correct form, you can really theoretically go anywhere under any assignment and still technically be working for the Adeptus Administratum.
Okay, so she could so we could have gotten lucky and got our hands on a Administratum counter.
Yeah.
Yes, we can have add a character. She can legitimately be assigned to us as an administrative liaison to both keep tabs on our taxes and other similar things. She's a seneschal. That is essentially what her role would be, the seneschal.
And it would also actually make you look more important, because if the Administratum is actually, sending one of their own to personally watch you, that means you have money worth keeping track of.
Yeah.
I just found the stats of a ship.
Hell yeah.
I mean, in that case, do we, instead of being, looking for greener pastures, like the forward, market brokers? Would that be the right term? I don't know. The only time I dealt with merchants was protection fees. So I'm not sure what the term is if you're coming in here, because I know what it's like to muscle into someone else's turf, but I don't think that's the term y'all law-abiding citizens use when you're trying to like show up and be like, "Hey, I want to do shit here."
And then buy your way in.
Assessment clerks.
Yeah, that. You want to use that? We're just assessments cards. That way, when we start talking around to a bunch of different people, she wants to look at all the tax and forms and paper and whatever else the drones dream of.
That's just fine by me.
Cool. So, yeah. So we need to go. So before we go, let's get a story straight. So we're acquisitional clerks or assessment clerks for Captain, I don't know, Benjamin.
Okay.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be too difficult. So, Jerome, I'm going to ask, when it comes time to falsifying documentation, are you going to do what a lot of people do in Dark Heresy and just kind of like allow the NPCs to deal with it? Or is this something I'm going to have to specialize in with a trade?
Typically, if it's something that you have a few that are, as mentioned by Jerome, you have a few from when you worked with the interrogator. Those can work in a pinch, but they have some oddities with it. So if someone were to try and look into it, they would get bonuses to it because they were made for specific missions.
Let's put it like this, Quad. Do not rely on the NPC for literally anything of any way, any shape, or any fucking form.
Well, the NPCs they can do things. This Jerome, I mean, in this case, Jerome just literally has your old IDs with him, which isn't really tests on his.
Again, they could do some things, but you want anything actually that can hold up, rely on yourself.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. What's the test? What skill do you use to make false IDs?
I typically do Administratum with bonuses equaling your deception.
That's funny.
The more we after this little intro thing, I've realized, I probably should have stayed the tech breeze.
Yes, you should have.
Well, at the time, you
he
were
can do
here, dumbass.
He can be whatever the hell he wants to be.
I know. No, I give Connor shit because he switches characters like a
I
goddamn
also switched
coked out
into
He
chihuahua.
only had two. This
Yeah,
one
at
and
the
another
time.
one. I will
Yeah.
guarantee you, by the time this mission is over and you guys are leaving the system, he will be kicking himself for this switch. But it's too late now, Connor.
I mean, it's never too late, Drew.
I'm too late. Suicide, man. Suicide. But hey, man. But anyway, yeah. Like I said, I'm just giving Connor crap because, like I said, I've compared him to a coked out chihuahua sometimes. On
Also,
some
Chase, at the time, you were not here. As you stated, you were not joining, and Drew said,
move on
"You need
from
a
this.
Yeah, again, Connor, I'm just giving you some mild shit. It's fine.
We'll move on from this, or I'll shove you all in the toilet shower.
Yeah.
No.
So you can either, you can do a Administratum to try to make us much better ID, but we do have a bunch of old ones. They're not the greatest.
When in doubt, always do it yourself."
Connor, I know we've been hurt by Captain. Drew ain't Captain.
How many incompetent, unhelpful, or other NPC has Drew physically given us?
I mean,
None.
The IDs you have are essentially they're solid IDs. It's just because they were meant for a very specific other thing. Anyone that would go for them would get a +10.
Yeah.
Does no one remember the Rogue Trader game? Where every NPC we came across either was a spy or was actively trying to hurt us?
I don't know. Drew kept killing all the assassins trying to get near me when I was a child.
Well, that's the exception.
Drew had aliens kill his assassins and then had others that kill his assassins. I just stood there and was lucky. So I sat there because I'm like,
my experience with Drew's NPCs, they've always been they're not as good as us. They're decent, but they're only ever like given one rank in something. So we after a few sessions become far better than them. But at like baseline, they're not terrible. Again, this is not Captain. You're starting to sound a little bit.
I remember Drew NPCs as something completely different.
You guys have run into very different NPCs, it sounds like.
I remember Drew NPCs as, yes, jokey, incompetent assholes who will probably sell you out the moment they get the chance.
The jokest I remember was the drunk pilot who had like who was my drunk pilot, but he had like a +20 as my right hand drunk pilot. He had a +20 and like I think a 40 agility, and it's like joke was he's a drunk pilot mechanically, decent pilot. Like mechanically,
Don't mind the things happening in the corner that is slowly growing.
Yes, well, the question that still hasn't changed. Are you guys going to make your... No, you would not be taking a -20. You would just not be getting a bonus.
Okay.
Essentially, if you have ranks in Deceive, I give you bonuses for bullshitting paperwork.
yeah, I can. If he allows it, I can give you the help action for a tough +10 because I do have deceive.
I will allow this. Well,
Yeah, so-
no, you have to have Administratum as well.
Oh, okay, then yeah, no, unfortunately, I cannot. Well, I say we try to make it again because we want to have because this way we can, if it's the same part of the test, you can make a little bit of enough of a background on a Captain Benjamin, a freight merchant who's expanding enough that under some scrutiny they're like, okay, this makes sense. They grow bored and move on because they're going to wonder, because if we're again.
Just make it look real enough that when they look at the first time, they're not going to ask too many questions.
If you want,
Simple and to
you
the
could
point.
use your old IDs as a basis, and I'll give you a +20, but if you fail and you ruin them, those are your IDs, man.
Your call, Quad.
Yeah.
If y'all if y'all want me to try to make some ideas for y'all,
That's on you. That is on you.
God, motherfuckers! I'm asking.
no, that's on who wants IDs. I'm perfectly happy using one of the old IDs.
Say, I don't give a fuck.
Same. I'm just saying this may be just easier in the long term for on this planet.
Then
It's-
fine. I'll use one of my own as well, and I'll wait till I get more. I'll wait till I have more XP till I start trying that.
Okay. So you are all using your old merchant IDs, and we can finally move maps to show off the other maps.
Well, hey, Drew, since you made the already, what are our names, Drew?
I already know mine. It was Henry.
Your characters in the past made your names, actually, so that's on you.
Yeah.
No, but since we were being trained, wouldn't we have been given these names?
No. Anyway, put your people in the elevator over here, top right.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
No.
that's
Wait, hang on, wait. I'm having flashbacks to police that couldn't catch me.
Shut up.
Dang.
Don't have many great maps for
Why is Star-Lord here?
What? Ignore him.
Star-Lord!
Ignore him.
what the fuck? Why?
Chris Pratt. He went. Chris Pratt's everywhere. Look, I'm just saying, we're once again a murder box. As unfortunately, that was a poor grenade explosion, but if it had gone well, it would have been a murder box. But yeah, no, Henry. I already created a backstory for Henry. Henry was a merchant from home who I shot and took his ID and just kept it. The picture.
Assume any form of identification she has, the moment someone looks at it for 2 seconds, then she's going to get arrested for murder.
No, the picture has been replaced. Just not the names.
Gluing
Yeah.
on a picture is not replacing it.
Also, I should mention the gender states male.
Ma'am, why is there blood on your ID?
What? What? I bleed. It's that time of the month. What do you
That-
care?
That is Tabasco sauce.
Yeah, that's just ketchup. Look at. See? As for why my gender says male, what you mean to presume what gender I am? What I feel in my soul with
her
the
name is Frank, so you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you guys, essentially you guys are put into a little hangar that takes you to an elevator, that takes you to a central station that is essentially an elevator. It's a long, convoluted process to get to the common area while you wait for a shuttle to take you down. You are, due to your cover, encouraged to talk to certain people, mainly adepts, about where you can buy, what quantities you can buy, so on and so forth. However, when you get to the elevator leading you to the main common area, you are immediately stopped at the quote-unquote gate by the local enforcers who check your IDs, make sure you are not smugglers, that you actually officially registered your ship.
Rolls a nat 1, you all get arrested.
And you're all arrested because your IDs are bullshit.
Oh, excuse me. What is the name of our ship?
The Hunter.
I thought that was a class.
That is the class.
Yeah, it is.
We never named it because it's too small of a ship to name.
If you want to name it, that's on you, though you don't technically own it yet.
Or at
Oh,
all.
I have a name for it. I already have a name
I
for it.
I'm already against the name.
You don't even know the name.
I know what it's going to be. It's going to be something ridiculous and silly. And it's going to end in a number.
Well, it's not.
I vote. Katarina votes that it be named after the most satisfying thing in the world. Null balance sheet.
No.
Oh, God, that sounds How have you not just jumped out a window?
So, as each of you goes through, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Jester, they stop you.
Oh,
No, that's fine, because I want to let the ladies first. It's only a gentleman lets the ladies first.
Oh, no, as soon as I'm fine, Frank just goes through the crowd as quick as possible. It's like, yep.
Takes
Wait
you
for
to
the
a
cop.
side and says, "Sir, I'm going to have to stop you for a second. There seems to be a problem with your ID.
I stared at him with my red eyes. And slightly squint.
According to our paperwork, there's an unpaid traffic ticket to your name, you were going to have to pay that.
You're already under the assumption I drive.
Well, sorry. He looks over to his like little data pad that he has. According to this, you owe money.
To who?
Jackson here too.
Katarina just kind of like stops, looks.
Please, I look in closer. Do tell me the man who does not drive owes money too.
Listen, it's the official paperwork. You can either pay or you can spend the night in the pokey.
Wouldn't I be paying, as I intend to buy many things from this station, which will bring a bounty if I have to spend the night in the pokey. We'll have to tell these wonderful merchants that they're missing out on such great deals.
Roll me charm at a -10.
May I do something as well?
You may. What would you like to do?
I'm spending a 5 because I have it.
Katarina would kind of like look over and hear that and be like, she'd probably like very meekly just kind of like tug on the sleeve of the arresting officer and be like, excuse me?
The arresting officer has one hand like on his beat sticks, like, how may I help you, ma'am?
Can I see that report? And she just kind of like gestures to the receipt on the data slate.
Would you like to see this, ma'am?
She pulls out her autoquill, which is stamped with the label of the administratum, and she says that I'm his clerk. If it's on the record, I need to record it for the administratum's official report, sir. Please.
Well, little lady, first up, I recommend you speak up. You're a little hard of hearing in through this helmet. But, I guess you could look at it? Are you, saying you're affiliated with this man, though? Well, I guess you are. You all came on the same ship.
And that's when Quas slit his throat. No witnesses.
And that's how I said it as I'm not a seeker, but an assassin. I'm actually a Calidus assassin in disguise. But no, she'll take the data slate without another word, and she'll just like start making copies of or basically making copies of the.
If you would like to get around
the
with us.
alleged.
And Jester, if you would like to pay, it is a -10 on your next requisition test.
How legitimate is this a legitimate traffic ticket?
Make me a bureaucracy test.
Yeah. Also, oh yeah, I know you've been spamming. I just didn't look. Why did you put her in there?
Any bonuses?
God damn.
Also, in case you're wondering, I rolled the 3D 100s in private. Once I got their stat, one of them rolled a 6.
Nice.
Told you.
Also, you're going to hell, man.
Any bonuses?
One of them's 14. Going to hell.
No.
Also, I suggest that Jester avoid this room at all times. He may be.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what?
As I stated, there's Michael Jackson, there's Star-Lord, there's... God, I know somewhere on this map there's probably some other...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The forbidden.
Also, can I just point out Pratt be chilling?
Yeah, we all saw Chris Pratt like super early.
No, the text underneath it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Who put that there?
Yeah, roll 20. Yeah, roll 20 crashed on me side of reload.
Quad.
Yes.
You're able to tell that this is a legitimate ticket. However, because you passed by more than 1 degree, you're able to discern that if you were to use certain articles, because this is a ticket from another system, the enforcers do not have the legal authority to actually collect it. The payment must be sent and received at the system to which it has been delivered.
I see. Ooh. So yeah, so she would like look at it like fiddling with her autoquill. Then she'd go back to like tugging on his sleeve.
Yes.
Under Article 25762-J of the Adeptus Arbites code of codes and priorities on tax revenue, you cannot legally collect this tax. It is out of system. You will have to file it with the station's administratum sect, and from there you'll have to take it through channels into and not including the system governor, and from there it will have to be cycled through to the Arbites of the neighboring star.
Looks at you for a second. Looks to the guy he was debating on beating. Looks down at the paperwork. Hold on, I need to make a call real quick.
She just mutters something about I mean, if you're insistent on getting the tax, I can go like find an Arbite. He can tell you.
Listen, I got a
he can tell you about the
question
regulation.
about legality forms. Yeah.
So I had to write that.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So
That wasn't his fault.
Here's the code. Yeah. No shit. Okay. He walks back. Okay, you're free to go. Make sure you pay that ticket next time you go to the system. We will be sending them an alert.
Ignores and says, "Thank you," says code name. "You earn your pay every day," and flips a coin in her hand.
If you're wondering, this is the administratum area that you would have been directed to essentially get the details about what you cannot buy. If you have any questions about the area, this is mostly just relaxation, restaurant, all that stuff. There are some few private rooms and the governor's personal VIP area.
Is that Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Michael Jackson is the governor, isn't he?
I won't lie, I saw that image and I had to make something entirely around him.
and you guys call me lazy.
Hey, to be fair, that uniform fits. He just fits. Michael Jackson fits in everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I mean, his name is. Wait, hold on.
So what all are you gentlemen doing?
Well, while we're waiting for a shuttle, I'm just gonna find a spot, sit down, order something to snack on, and just listen on the surrounding conversation. Just curious if I hear anything of note.
Okay. I believe there's a
What did you say the administratum was?
down here.
In the bedroom? There you go.
Listen,
It's more of an office now.
Look. If you want to pay that tax for his leg, you gotta pay that tax.
He's got to play that shaft tag.
Glad I hate you for that. Yeah, this is the administratum area. I believe there was a civic skill. I don't believe it was just awareness. Wasn't there a civic skill for listening in while
Awareness.
in a crowd?
Scrutiny.
Thank you.
Scrutinies are just someone's motive or similar thing. Awareness for all forms of, listening.
Okay. We'll go with awareness for now. Speaking of awareness, I need Jester and Chase to make me a underworld check. Jester at -10.
Hey. Shouldn't I know what to look out for?
to an extent, this is why you're able to make the test.
I fate to pass.
Jesus
No,
on
no mind.
fire in this game.
I love being a noble. I just have high fate.
Vera,
right?
you don't pick up on anything of interest.
Oh, I'm getting the feeling this character is going to be very useless.
I mean, if you roll like that, I hate to tell you, it doesn't matter what your character is.
Oh, I know. That's what, like, well, okay.
Man, don't worry. I feel like you'll be useful depending on... I wouldn't say soon, depending on considering how long it took you guys to figure out if you're going to come here or on the planet.
Look. After a point, Carnage is going to go take a power nap.
Yeah. Well,
yell at him when he is needed.
Chase, you are able to tell that there are some signs that you recognize. You recognize the signs of the Black Knights and the Blue Moons.
What
The
do
Black
I-
Knights being represented by Chris Pratt over here, and the Blue Moons being represented by Michael Jackson.
Well, hey, wouldn't he be the White Shades?
No.
This is good Michael Jackson when he was still black.
I know. I like him as a white guy. He's fun.
What do I know about the Black Knights and Blue Moons?
You can make me another Underworld check at a +10 for each.
Alright. So, first one, that'll be the Black Knights. And then for the Blue Moons. God damn it, the hell. Something's wrong. I feel
You're going to
disturbance.
die.
I feel a major disturbance in the force.
You are going to die.
Chase, I promise you, tomorrow's session isn't that bad.
He is,
Stop rolling
have
well.
you rolled above a 20?
No. Hold on. Chase, this is your new character now. You run with it as long and as hard as you can. You run with this bitch.
His highest roll has been a 24.
I'm sorry I ever talked bad about Frank the Fourth and his predecessors, Frank the Third, and so on.
So
Now we know what you had to roll just to kill the other ones.
yeah. So the Black Knight was the first one, right?
Yeah, the Black Knights were the first one.
So the Black Knights is a cartel that is, you know them, that they're based out of Aurelia. And he's the one that, and they're the ones that you actually know of primarily due to your past role. They're the ones that kind of established this place as a quote-unquote safe zone for organized crime. He's worked here for... They've been operating here for at least the last decade, probably longer.
Just making that announcement.
They are known for smuggling, as well as numerous other crimes. They have a base here, but it's more, from what you know, less that they do work on the planet and more that they just base out of here because the local governor and local enforcers don't crack down too much on their activities.
So this is their hub. They do other things elsewhere, but the money comes to here.
Yeah. To your knowledge, they've recently started to establish, they're like in the process, due to how high you rolled, to your knowledge, they're starting to kind of turn this into more of a branch and just kind of going out for bigger things, is that's what you've heard. For the Blue Moons, though, Blue Moons are pretty big. And they you know that this is not their main base. This is a branch. So if they're here, that's odd for one thing. Because, to your knowledge, they're not supposed to be here. Second, from what you know, the Blue Moons are pretty well established in this sector as a criminal cartel, doing pretty much every sort of crime. Why they would be here muscling in on the Black Knights is anyone's guess, but because you rolled a goddamn 2, I'll say that you actually know the individual that is in charge of this branch, which would be Jack.
All his friends call him Jackie.
No, none of his friends call him Jackie.
Yeah.
But
Jackie
people that
Wells?
died called him Jackie.
Jackie's a good name. I'm gonna look at Jackie Chan.
And
Probably
again, because of your good roll, you would know that Jack is... He's one of those long-time con men that have made it big in the Blue Moons. And he doesn't really do much for the money anymore. It's well known that he's probably richer than some merchant families. He primarily does whatever he does for fun.
Yeah.
Which is probably why you know that he's here, because it would have been a bit shocking to hear that he was given a quote-unquote station or branch office to look after, since that would tie him down.
Yeah. So whatever's here, he has a personal interest in doing it. And it seems to be, quote, fun for him to be here.
sees a woman walk out of the room. Very fun.
Yeah. Okay. So that's weird. It's a new branch. They do everything. Pierre Jackson charge branch. Long-term comment. Made a big fight. So he would be like one of the top lieutenants then.
He's not a top lieutenant. He's like he is the boss as far as the Blue Moons are concerned here.
Right. I mean, in the organization as a whole, he's the boss of
organization as a whole. He's a top, he's a well-known figure. He's top. There are very few people that would give him orders.
Yeah.
Though he's also well known more as a freebird, so when they say top and official, more influential wise than actual, oh yeah, this is the guy in charge of numerous branch offices and all that stuff. It's more that he's been a part of it for long enough, and he's done enough for the gang that he essentially has the authority of a high level individual while not actually doing that many responsibilities.
Listen to this guy talking about branch offices. It's always strange to hear when crime goes corporate.
Yeah.
Ah, Yakuza.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so Black Knights are the local ones, and they're trying to expand or want to expand by rumors, and that means okay, cool. So yeah, I'll let other people do stuff, but Frank, after seeing the signs, is going to kind of mosey her way down to talk to Pratt, my man.
The one you actually don't know.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I don't know. He's the man in charge. Well, yeah, no. You said I rolled high enough that. Oh no, that the Black Knights are the ones that started up. So I know that he's at least their go-to on the station.
I'll get to you now.
I'm sure.
Let's go over to Jester and Quad.
Okay, then I guess I'll be pass, because I did say I'd fade to pass.
Yes, you know less.
My apology, I couldn't.
If you
I could,
pass,
because
you can make the same underworld test that you notice that the gang signs are here.
Oh no, so the target is 26, I got a 39, I needed, it would be a 29. Even if I passed, I wouldn't have done anything.
He tried
If
so
you would
hard.
pass, you would have been able to do, you would have noticed the gang signs. If you would like to fate to reroll, let me know.
He tried
No,
so hard.
I won't make that. I'm not chased at the moment.
Fair enough. So, what would you like to do at the administration's office?
Find out what I can legally buy, what I can't legally buy, and I will attempt to bribe the merchant and say what I can buy.
You attempt to bribe them?
So to get by what does get sold here, because I'm assuming I'm trying to find the administratum that, if you pay the money the right way, they'll tell you, oh, you can buy this here.
Yeah, they will quite happily and disturbingly calmly explain that essentially they don't say bribes. They would never say that. However, there are special taxes that you can pay to get exemptions or extensions on what you are allowed to buy.
Oh God, we're in Tropicana.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I will pay. I'll make sure to pay.
What the fuck's Tropicana?
Tropico, I think.
Yeah,
You mean
Tropico. That's it.
Yep. I'll make sure to pay those special taxes.
Note down that if you ever need to do a commerce check, and I assume you'll share this with the party, but if you ever need to do a commerce check because you went and got this, I will give you each a +5. Because you know the local commerce.
But yeah, no, that joke failed because I fucked up the name, but there's a random little blurt that your right-hand man will say about if there's new preferential taxes for search and seizures.
Oh yeah, I know that event. Yeah.
Quad, what are you doing in the Arbite? The Arbites, the administratums.
She'd be terrified as fuck about the Arbite station. But with the administratum, she seems to loosen up just a little bit, like a smidgen. And she kind of, talks to the people, everyone with respect, even like the lowlier scribes with respect because she's a foreigner agent or adept. And yeah, she'll just basically be asking standard questions that pretty much any new, administratum clerk would ask because they're new peers. Basically, okay, so hello. She'll give her the name that's on her ID, and she'll basically be asking like simple questions like, how bad is it here? Who are the supervisors that I should avoid? Who are the supervisors I should talk to if I want to get good assignments? Where would I begin to go looking for records? Just like minor things that wouldn't seem at all out of the ordinary for a brand new clerk to ask their peers.
Yeah, one of the scribes just looks at you and just says, if you're stationed here, you already hit the mother lode. The Emperor smiled upon you, my friend.
Yay.
When you turn southern.
It's a dream job. Here we have all we do is just basic paperwork, mainly just keeping track of stuff. Make sure you follow the governor's improvised tax policy, though. Wouldn't want to ruffle any feathers, and try and avoid anyone with some tattoos on their wrists. There's some illegal activity. There's some rough folks on station, but so long as you stay here, you'll figure out who to avoid. Stick with those in the administratum cloaks. We don't. It's known not to touch the governor's people, if you know what I mean.
In improvised tax policy, you don't have.
Every governor's got their own every little government, every planet's got their own little unique tax structure. The governor here has got just has his own unique one that is rather extensive. It's optional for the most part. You can get acquainted with it. Here we have a booklet detailing it for all our new administratum individuals. He'll hand you like a little pamphlet that essentially, to anyone that is even remotely intelligent, it's like, this is very clear. Okay, so these are the bribes we expect, but it's legal because they're not bribes, they're taxes.
These are tax. Okay. Yeah, because her very next question was, I don't suppose you have any of this in writing.
No taxation without proper representation.
Yeah,
No,
no illegal activities without proper taxation.
No taxation without proper bribes.
Yep. That's how you know it's gone bad, when the taxes are the bribes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She'll just start flipping through the pamphlet, and she's like, I see. Okay.
We just keep track of that, and so long as you do a good job, especially with the local taxes, you get nice little bonuses. Nice job. I've worked at 3 different planets, and I think I've made more bonuses here than I have any at both of the last one combined.
She'll ask if there's any supervisor that she should get acquainted with.
They're all pretty chill. As I said, this is probably the best station. This is probably the best post you're going to get in the Administratum. However,
she'll mention specifically that her specialty is in records, and so.
Well, for records, as you can understand, we prefer to have people that are subtle. And he takes one look at you, realizes that you're fairly relaxed, and just scream, submissive, and says, "People just like you, actually."
She just gives a big smile, a big old innocent smile, and nods fervently.
In his head, naive and easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Turns out Ed does not know he's been manipulated.
He's been debated.
Yeah, if you'd like, you're in Administratum. I'm sure you can handle a little extra work, a little extra money. If you ever go down planet, we have a few people that you can collect the local extra incentives or taxes. If you bring them up here, we'll be happy to pay you a little extra for it. Saves us time.
Okay.
If you want to go through them and file them, that'd be great.
She nods, takes copious notes of any names that are given or any details. She'll thank them for their time.
And from this, you would learn that how the Administratum operates of essentially getting local records is pretty much every inn of note. The innkeepers are paid by the Administratum to hold records, and regularly, at least once a month, someone will go down to the planet, go through them, and collect them up. Sometimes this routine is interrupted either by delays due to the shuttles or them just getting earlier and just kind of people like you essentially coming around and being like, oh yeah, well, we can trust you, so you can go get our files early.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I suppose the question she asked goes unanswered. Is there a supervisor of records that she should be aware of?
There is, but again, due to a kind of laissez-faire version of this Administratum, they just kind of just look over things. You don't have to report to them or anything. Just submit it to the proper bin, and he will show you the line of like 1,000 bins, each with their own numbers, and show you the little stack of them that belong to records. Submit them to here, and the supervisor will pick them up at the end of the day and file them, put them in their proper places.
Okay.
If you would like to go to the record room to try and find anything, you'll have to go to the elevator and go to the actual record room.
Okay, I gotta head off due to personal stuff. I apologize.
Fine.
Oh.
Sorry.
See you Sunday.
No, I'm sorry that you're the less threatening person is leaving. Don't know how to say to that, feeling I'm in our body. And I have intimidate.
Yeah.
I mean, all Warbands have intimidate.
Alright.
Alright, but does Frank have intimidate?
See you Tuesday.
No, but I have deceive.
Ironically
Deceive,
enough,
apparently God's luck on your side.
Ironically enough, I'm the most antisocial character I've ever created, and yet in making my character, I wound up with both fellowship and social. Not sure how, but anyway.
I mean, you're a seeker. That's why I was
know.
confused. Like, oh yes, we have 2 seekers. Why? One does the job. One is more than enough.
So, you get that, Connor. I believe you were just listening in. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well,
Like to try and
I guess
grow below 50?
the best thing I can possibly do on top of my head is probably go around, talk to some of the local enforcer and shit, and try to gather information that way. Just general things of note, things to look out for, things that's probably on their radar, and is there any problem that they're trying to take care of that they may need help with, general shit like that from the local enforcers.
I'll let you do an inquiry at a +10 due to the fact that, you're an Arbite, and while you're not publicly wearing your badge, you know how to talk to...
Give me a hot second. Fuck. Die, you bastard! Run, you bastard!
Pay the game. Pay attention to this game. What the hell are you doing?
I wasn't needed for the last hour and for the last 2 hours.
I've only been playing for an hour and 40 minutes, you liar.
God damn it. I keep getting shot at, and I'm dead. Okay, so inquiry. +10. I fail. That's okay. So let's put it this. The more you say social, the more you say brain, write me off. If it's either of those two things, write me off.
You're going to be incredibly useful on certain maps and utterly useless on others.
Again, there's a reason why I'm like, well, again, just yell at me when anything that is not one of those two comes up, because I'm definitely useless. Since, one, I just roll absolute shit, and two, my stats do not link themselves to, either of those.
Fair.
So, just yell in my general direction when needed.
Got it. Okay. Chase, there's absolutely no way in hell you're just walking into the office of essentially a crime boss. A enforcer does stop you.
Be the brawn. I'm here to pay respects to one of the men in charge.
You can pay it at the door.
Very well.
Listen, unless you know the boss, you walk back. Wait a minute. Unless you know the boss, you don't get to go into the VIP room.
Apologies. Did not realize this was one of those special places. Again, I was here to pay some respect.
You can pay some respects at the door, which is here.
As I said, let the boss know that some enterprising people are here wishing to speak to him. Right, as rumors have spread that some expansion is wanted, and being friendly to a also expanding group of merchants such as ourselves would be potentially profitable. Pleasant day.
That's me a charm and a +20. Or
Okay.
I guess deceive.
There he goes. I will fake that.
My god, he actually failed.
I know.
Roll 20's starting to realize who... Nope.
I'm about to say, fuck you talking about.
Roll 20's starting to realize, wait, where... It looked at his direction and was like, are you Chase? Then
Look,
turned away.
Roll 20's gonna wake up tomorrow, looks at Roll 20. I was fucking high over at
Yeah.
Crack's fingers.
Roll to play is gonna be so hungover tomorrow. Like, oh,
Chase.
Roll 20's drunk.
I guarantee
yeah, you are able to convince his guards that you are probably someone that should be talking to the boss. You're someone that can make deals. So you can wheel and deal. So you gotta go with people that can wheel and deal. So you're shown into quite the lavish little room.
Chase, I love you. I did not plan for the next session to kill you.
Look, I wasn't either, but Roll20 seems to have decided. Well, here's the thing. We've seen this. It will just randomly decide at certain intervals that I am allowed to be stupid, but it will destroy everyone else for the. And it's not even I asked for it. It just decides, hey, I'm going to give you this so I can take everything else
Chase is
from
a
you.
black hole. He attracts bad luck or good luck. It's one of the two.
I'm just sad that he's only taken from my ass today. Well, this character's useless for this session. Okay.
I'll be right back, fellas.
I'm just gonna mildly take notes at best.
Yeah. So, the man who you don't know looks at you. He's clearly the boss because he's the suavest man here and has the most silly looking clothes, and that's how you know who's the boss.
Well, also, dude at door is like, you don't get to see boss. I'm like, oh, this is boss. I thought it was just.
I mean, there's
What
other
if you're
people in the
hanging?
room,
Yeah.
but he's clearly the boss. He's got that presence, that halo of command, some might say.
When the crew decides to listen to him.
He looks at you, says, hey, heard from my doorman you're talking about helping expand.
Yeah. I was. Boss doesn't mind a few extra personal business on the side, provided he gets his captain's share, of course. I knew you guys have a reputation for running a decent, orderly ship. And to be fair, after getting here and seeing who else is set up shop, I don't trust Jack that much. His reputation precedes him. He's a little bit too frolicky.
Yeah, that guy's, yeah, he's here, but he's not really here. You know, Jack.
That's why.
Anyway, on to more important things. On to things about money. You got a ship?
Yes.
What can it haul?
Well, fortunately, not much, but we're more of the people that put their foot in the door. The captain has a decent-sized freighter. Nothing too fancy, but it's got enough little extra space tucked away. The little one that the little one of the fleet that we came in can take a few stuff, but nothing too spectacular. But she has a reputation for being very quiet lass. So if you're looking for that more, we've got that too.
Okay. Doing pretty like the sound of it, but as mentioned, I was hoping more for, you were talking to my doorman, I was hoping for at least decent free merchant vessel. We do plenty of work out of system. I'm sure if you stick around long enough, you can get some hauls. Where can I contact you if I got a job?
I just got into town, so what place would you recommend for a weary traveler looking to make friends would spend their days?
Oh, man. Ma'am, I believe you made just enough friends right here.
And here's where you'll find me when you need me. I was going to have... I plan on exploring a little bit. Get to lay the land myself. But if you already have something in mind, I'd be willing to hear it.
Right now we're a bit busy. But, in-house stuff.
Oh. Very interesting.
If you go down to the planet, maybe any one of my boys will contact you.
Sounds fair enough. Fair enough. Well.
Oh, and keep away from Jack, and his boys. We don't really like competition, and while we have a bit of an accord on the station, accidents happen on the local world, and well, you know how savages are.
That they are. I'm not trying to pry. We are new friends. I am kind of curious that Jack's all the way out here. Not exactly known to be responsible like.
Oh, you know those blue moons. Him and Jack go way back. Every now and again, they'll ask for a favor. I'm sure he's not happy about being stuck here, but as far as I'm concerned, he can leave whenever the hell he wants.
That is true. That is true. Well, again, it's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. If you wish to find me, look merely for Henry.
I'll make sure to do that if I got a job for you. Be safe out there.
You too. Don't let Jack bother you too much.
Oh, I know.
He's easily distracted by something shiny. Just throw a ball. That should do it.
Will do. Watch yourself out there.
Yep, and I'll make my way out. Yep. Make my way over here.
Yep. Let me put that. Okay. So I believe at this point in time you've all gotten the information you need, except for Quad, who needs an escort to the records room. I assume you want the person that actually looks like a good guard, i.e. the Arbite.
Probably a good idea. So she'll go back and basically explain that the copies of planetary records are here, but local records are kept by local innkeepers. It's and she looks, for the first time you've probably seen her, like she looks like meekly frustrated and extremely confused at the inefficiency of this system.
Well, what I can tell you about this, as we lean in, we've got two big fish. We've got the local ones who started things up and have been running things pretty smoothly. And then we got a bigger, and we got an outside fish coming in for, well, Emperor knows what. They do literally everything. That's them over there, and I nod towards where Jack, it seems to be hanging out. Goes by the name of Jack. Con man by nature, richer than most nobles at this point, from rumors. But and a pretty frivolous man who enjoys a more shall we say, free life of whatever the hell he wants. God, I'm going southern on me. I'm talking to the locals. Do that to you. But yeah, the others are the... I didn't catch his name. Didn't catch his name. Didn't pry too much on him, but he's the boss of the locals. I managed to get his interest peaked. We go to the planet. Some of his boys were talking to us. They're the ones making Grox disappear. Maybe trying to hire us to do the same thing. That would be that, but the boss is smart enough not to talk. Most of the guys down the totem pole with the right booze and a little extra in their pocket sometimes don't think, and will say things they shouldn't. So we can at least start using, so we can poke around them a little bit easier. If anyone wants to go mess with Jack, I would. My face is already known, and he did warn us off. The station, they've got a ceasefire, planet-wise. Well, bad things can happen. It's a wild world. No real laws or patrolling officers. Stray dick arrow could get to you.
With every word, you're making Katarina slouch in her chair more. I was also about to say, when you said someone else should go talk to him, I was like, gee, I wonder who the fuck that should be. And then I thought, oh, wait.
Yep. Good luck.
Well, you don't have to. You don't want to talk to him. You don't have to talk to him. You can always just follow him. There are plenty of tight corridors, piping. Lights go dim every so often. Serve power, I guess. I don't know. I haven't been on too many stations. It's just personal.
Yeah, no. She'll say that she wants to she wanted to go look at the records room, but she'll need an escort from someone because she doesn't want to go alone because station be scary.
You
need a guard, I'll go with you.
Okay.
have had a very sheltered. How have you lived this long?
She just looks at you and mumbles something about administratum live work cubicle.
I'm gonna be bored out of my skull.
No, it's not that boring. Sometimes the supervisors have mixers with your desk makes, and yeah.
Mm.
Right?
And how regulated is the alcohol consumption?
Not really at all.
She's like, alcohol is not a good idea. No. We get coffee. Or we get recaf.
The more I talk to you, the more I'm starting to hate the existence you once had for you.
I hate your life for you. You're not allowed to hate your life anymore. I hate your life for you.
Hey man, that's one way to build a friendship. I hate your life for you. What? Yeah.
Oh. I'm in that case going to lay the land in the more grittier parts of this station, just to get a feel of the Black Knight's boss and how good on deal let's just see if he's. Most people tend to try to keep a reputation, to keep your word. Hard to do business, but sometimes your word is one thing one day. Sometimes it's not. So, y'all have fun, and like I said, you want to, you try to follow Jack. I don't know how long he's going to be wandering around this place, but look for anything shiny, gaudy, with where a lot of money disappears to. That's probably where he lives.
I mean, he seems to be happy to be sticking in his room.
Yeah. Just, again, from my understanding of Jack, it's kind of odd that he's just been staying in one spot this long. But yeah, no, I go and literally just start going to, like, essentially the underbelly of the station is just, get a feel of the two gangs, since they're having a bit of a ceasefire on the station. I just kind of want to get a feel of like what's been going on the ground.
I have a question. The adept who want to take advantage of my willingness to do work, did I get their names?
His name's Jeff.
Jeff, okay.
Jerf.
Jerf.
His name's
Jeff.
Jeff. That moment the GM has asked some random NPCs.
Oh, don't feel bad. I named 3 kobolds: John, Jorn, and Jane.
Like,
Drew, you're talking to a GM who named 3 NPC: Greg, George, and fuck. What were they with the GGG?
Of course, to be fair, this is also the same person who, as a player, tried to name his entire legion.
Fair. I did my best.
You did do your best. You gave it an admirable try.
Out of the million odd, I had at least like 100,000. No, it wasn't a million Marines. I had 100,000 Marines. I only got up to around fucking 400.
You
Before
tried
I
your
just
best.
gave up.
Yeah, you tried your best.
you went farther than you probably should have.
Yeah.
Drew, you do know you have to name every last Marine that died and every Marine that went traitor and loyalist. They all need a name. The Legion must remember.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, Drew. I need to talk to you about that later.
Yeah, we can do that.
After the game.
We can do that later.
Yeah.
For now, you guys are going to the records room, right?
Yeah.
Katerina,
Let me just pull you over to this lovely map.
I don't like
clutching
this
her-
map.
Why do you have a map? I don't like that you have
Here's
a map.
the elevator that takes you to the record room. Red is the doors, and in that case, the elevator. Blues are the rooms. Blacks are the things that you can interact with. In this case, the records.
Okay. Oh wow, the halls are wide enough for one whole person to fit through for once. Nice.
It is a space station.
It is a space station. So once the door opens, is there anyone like in the hallway?
Nope. There seems to be a servitor that's kind of attached into the wall here.
Oh, poor servitor. Well, let's go give it a try. And she'll like start walking out towards it.
Following
She'll, like,
behind you.
she'll look at the servitor and just kind of like meekly, just kind of like wave like, hello.
ID, please.
She looks over at, damn it. I was gonna make a joke about she can't speak servitor. Give me a moment. Why did I close? Damn it.
Because you're Kanuna.
Yeah, so... That's a great question. I was hoping there'd be an actual person here, not a servitor. shame.
Just use your badge.
She will fumble for her Administratum ID, try to scan it.
ID accepted.
Oh,
The door
yeah.
slowly slides open.
She walks in. Now, how disorganized is this records area?
It is very organized. It is organized.
I was hoping you say what record area.
What record area? This is the air event.
I don't know how to whisper this, so it's just gonna be
I didn't need it whispered. I
yeah.
was letting you know I didn't want to interrupt their flow, so you can just roll. But yes, it's
Yeah. I mean, it's such a crap. You know what? Let's see. I'll spend my last fate point because I'm fine with it. Let's see. All right, roll 20. What have you deemed for tomorrow?
you're
hell.
gonna die.
You're gonna die, bro. I don't even know what game it's in, and you're gonna die.
Chase, I told you I planned for this to be balanced for these 5 players. I don't know what's gonna happen to you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm about to have multiple character deaths because I'm in multiple games.
Tomorrow, like you balanced it for 5 players. Tomorrow, Chase by himself is only going to count as like 1/6 of a player.
Completely plausible. Like, I have put enough stopgaps, safety features, and other. The only way for y'all to die tomorrow is to fail at many things.
Well, I've prepped. Yeah, you two continue on.
Okay.
Keep that to yourself for a bit.
I'm growing bored with Warzone.
So Katarina will start going through the aisles and basically just pulling any records that she can pull on previous tithes and the kind of local Grox records.
You can make me a bureaucracy. I'll give you a +10 because I assume you're taking the time, and I believe this would count for your autoquill.
Will it?
Legit, all the Oracle allows her to do get bonuses to copying stuff down. Nothing else.
Okay.
I mean, I also have logic and scrutiny and security, if any of those.
I'm assuming you're going primarily through, I guess, logic. If you want, you can do logic or bureaucracy. It's your choice.
It's the same role either way, so.
But I'm giving you a choice.
Look, Claude. When my Arbite dies or sack them for the tech breeze, then you'll have help.
That's
Just,
Okay.
just
so
live till then.
it takes you about an hour to find what you're looking for. I'll allow you to ask 3 questions about the times.
Okay.
Or anything else really involving this world.
Okay. Give me a moment. Let me think about some questions. So, when time comes to collect the tithe, I realize the Adeptus Terra oversees the collection of it. But who is responsible for gathering the tithe to be collected?
For gathering, it is actually a paid position, quite a stiff competition from what you are able to gather. The primary individual. It's 2 competitions. It's been done for the longest time by a merchant group called the Black Checkers.
Okay.
But as of late, they've had some competition in the gathering by a new merchant group that has come in from out of system, called the Definitely Not Blue Moons. And yes, that is their official name.
Okay. Definitely not. Is that one word?
Yes, all one word.
Okay.
You would probably be around here when you're researching this. I assume, Connor, that you're just going to stick by the door?
Yeah, I'm just keeping my general ear out. Unless you need something, I'm just there.
Yeah.
Um,
Can you make me an awareness roll?
I mean, I can try.
You can
No.
go plus 10. It's something you should be able to hear.
No.
okay.
I forgot this is the Warband. We don't know how to hear.
We don't know how ears work. Use you. Blah 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 blah. What? So if the gathering of the Tithe is handled by a local quote unquote corp companies, and the collection and the like actual collection is handled by usually who I would assume to be the off-world Adeptus Terra, who have come to secure the Tithe.
Yep.
What the fuck are the actual on-planet Administratum doing during this entire time?
From what you can see, being very, very lazy. They keep good records, but it's fairly clear that they're just doing enough so that the Administratum doesn't look into it.
This is making Katarina angrier by the second.
They keep extensive records, but due to the fact that you probably would have looked this up on your way here, the Administratum as a whole doesn't get like half of these reports.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting thing I'm going to put into my report. What else is important? Okay, so with insider records, most of which I assume never made it anywhere else, is there anything I can glean from this that might explain, why, for example, the governor's tithing reports always seem to, get swept under the rug after the next year?
Well, the records show that essentially he always pays. There's this allotted things, typically groks. Though sometimes there's other things, just money, other natural resources found on the planet, so on and so forth, that he allots every cycle for it. However, you note that this is the only discrepancy that you noticed, that the taxes, quote unquote, that are given essentially to be allowed to take extra things.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, that those black checkers have been going, in the last half a decade or so, they've been going steadily more and more with that. Typically merchants don't go above it, and from what you're able to see in the records, typically the black checkers have almost never gone to the actual local merchants. Their primary money seems to be from being in charge of the collection and collecting a nice little stipend for that.
So they're muscling in on the governor's business, is what it sounds like.
Well, no, they're muscling. It's from what you're able to it's not too much of the math to say they have this much groks, this much allotted, so they have this much available to sell. They're already pushing that with this whole little extra tax thing. If what you're reading is right, then the black checkers here their little expansion to that might have been. I mean, it doesn't. There's a discrepancy. There aren't enough Groks to meet all of the demands. So either some group isn't getting the Groks that they are paying for, or, considering you're here, the Groks allotted to the Tithe are being sold when they're not supposed to be.
To cover the cost that they are demanding.
Just to meet the... Because according to the bills of sales you're seeing, they're selling more Groxes than they actually have available. So the only way to explain it is either A, people aren't getting their Grox, or B, Groxes are coming from the pool that is not supposed to be touched.
Okay.
But as you're reading that, I don't have to make an awareness for this as these individuals...
Fuck.
Sorry about that.
Fuck, that's... Damn it.
These individuals are coming into the room.
That hurt.
What?
I heard a
Drew.
sound like an alarm from Drew.
Drew.
Feedback. I'm sorry.
That is the God, man. Even I don't Chase. I don't hear shit about me being lazy anymore when it comes to token art.
I don't give you. I give you mild crap. I'm the laziest, bar none. I don't even use them.
Would you like to fight the Great Circles?
I'd rather fight the misshapen squares.
And Chase, because you passed and you were able to run, you can put your token here.
I'm still making notes. God damn it.
Are we rolling initiative?
Yes.
Okay. Tech.
Guys kicking the door. Yo, what's up, homie? There's up there.
We're the Bloods, man.
Trying to fight, cuh? You trying to fight? You don't know how he play. No.
Farah, you go first.
Okay, now describe to me exactly what just happened.
So you are just kind of mind your business, maybe smoking if you smoke. Essentially just sitting by the door, when all of a sudden you hear something. Like someone's fiddling, like metal's being fiddled with. Then all of a sudden the door opens, and two individuals just burst through the room, look around, see you.
Do they have guns out?
They have stub revolvers. One of them points to you and just says, "Hands up."
Okay. I quick draw the shotgun.
Oh god, this is not gonna end well.
Cocks it.
For a brief fucking moment, I thought you might actually be like, okay, sure, heads up. But no.
Quick draw, put my
Man,
hands in
roll
the
it.
air and wave them like I just don't care.
Yeah.
Dance off.
No, this is
man,
not children.
man, roll an intimidate check real quick, Drew.
With a shotgun? Yeah, sure.
Any mods?
I'll give you a +5 because, shotgun pointed at his chest when he had the pistol.
5. I'll fate to pass. But because my face of the law, that's 3 degrees success.
Oh, wow. Someone actually using
I
that.
was like, point the shotgun, leave.
Let's see if he rolls a 1. No. So, he's intimidated.
What of his buddy?
Let me roll that as well. They need to roll a 1 to actually pass. They don't. So they will be taking -10s to their actions.
Imagine what the thug just saw. This in general chat. Never mind.
I don't get paid enough. I love that dude has a black eye. Something wrong?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nothing wrong here.
Fair enough. They will be. I'll say that they will be taking a -10 when acting against you, and they will be missing their turn as they are just kind of stunned by this.
Okay. This bloke right here, just outside the door, does he seem ready to go ham?
I mean, he doesn't seem to be going. He seems to be more concerned with watching the door, but he's kind of playing with chain axe.
Ah, he's the bigger threat.
Yeah.
Half aim. Point
you can't
blank.
half aim. You used a half action to intimidate.
Ah, okay. Then no aim. Point blank. Standard. Plus 10 scatter. Does that hit, Drew?
I mean, you passed, didn't you?
Okay.
Let me see if he can pass his amazing dodge skill.
Okay, so that's 16 damage to the torso.
Torso? Oh god, he actually has armor here. Do you have the shotgun that has pen? Okay, no, I see it. It doesn't have pen.
No, it just has scatter, gives it plus 4 damage.
Okay.
So 16 damage altogether.
Okay, so he takes 9. Ow. Just ow. From the elevators, Frank just looks over this guy's shoulder, sees this big dude with a chain axe playing with it, and suddenly shotgun pellets eat into his chest, and he kind of like slumps slightly against the wall.
Oh.
Katerina, you hear the sounds of someone say, "Put him up," and then a shotgun blast.
So she just like, so she's not helpful at all in a fight. So she just like cowers behind, and like, so these records, are they?
They're big,
handwritten
like
records?
towering shelves.
No, like the records in my hands that are like proving the things that I've found. Are they physical records or are they digital?
Always
digitized?
physical. It's the administratum. You think they'd make it easy?
So, okay. So, just like, she'll like take out her auto quill, like rack it like it sounds like a tiny shotgun, and just just starts feeding the papers through it like a fucking, feeding a printer in reverse, making copies.
Never thought I'd say this, but go ahead and roll me low goth. Actually, this would be high gothic.
Okay.
Roll me high gothic with a what is the fuck does our quill give me? Plus 10. I've never actually looked.
An auto quill will give you plus 10.
An auto quill is a plus 10 to only copying. That's all it does.
Now he's doing it.
Okay.
So go ahead and make me that roll.
I'll fate point. There we go.
You are a copying machine right now.
So probably from somewhere in the records, you just hear like it probably sounds like you probably think like, oh god, auto gunfire, and you just hear like the hammering of keyboard keys, just they're just hammering out.
Oh, this might actually hurt you a bit.
Okay, or the hit.
He's going to try and hit the person that just shotgun blasted him. He will not aim because he would like to move after this. He's not far enough away to get the charge. So he will miss. But he's a smart heavy, so he's going to move to the side here so you can't just shoot him again.
You know what? I'm going to try to hit him since he's leaving my range and take a swing. I'm going to try to beam him with a club.
Yeah, I forgot you have quick draw so you can do this bullshit.
Oh no! I just turned the shotgun around and go whack.
Yeah, he's just using the shotgun as an improvise.
Okay. Make a weapon skill text.
This actually hurts him. God help us all.
Where the hell does a 9 hit?
Leg.
She kneecapped him.
Yeah, 10 damage. That's the max you can do with this.
If you would, you were just like, I am the law, and just like shattered his
He
knee.
had 6 wounds left, and he has no armor in his legs, and his toughness is 4.
Could
So
I? Oh,
I'll also say, just for you, he's technically alive, considering the fact that, well, you just essentially just shot him once and then just broke his leg.
As I turned to look at the others, holding my shotgun like a baseball bat.
I think at this point in time, I'm gonna have them. When it comes to their turn, I'm gonna have them do a willpower test, and if they fail, they'll probably surrender. So, Frank, you just saw the main reason why you don't fuck with the Arbites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I just didn't know when the jumping was going to happen. It was going to happen in the room away from the Arbite. Oh, Mouse is bad. If they jump the Arbite, well, they're dumbasses.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair to them, they didn't know she was an Arbite.
Oh, yeah. No.
As this thug looks at you like, walk away.
Mm-hmm. I quick draw my own last pistol and point blank shoot his ass.
Don't do this.
Yeah, he's lucky I don't have the hot shot equipped.
So I'd like to point out we have 2 people with big guns and quick draw, and then we have the little tiny clerk with the really small gun just loaded with really fat man-stopper rounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I will have
stop rounds. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would he be considered point blank? Or no, the map is weird.
Yes.
Okay, so
He was
point
literally
blank.
standing right outside here. It's just, I can't have him right there because he'll just kind of be inside you.
Yeah.
And I assume you don't want that kind of relationship with the thug?
Yep, and I'm going to semi-auto.
Don't do this to me. Come on, Chase. This is where your luck gets. Give me that nat 100.
I mean, it is a 100% chance. So that will be the 2 hits.
Okay, he has dodge, so, holy shit!
This is gonna die! Chase, I'm sorry. You're going to die tomorrow.
You are going to die tomorrow, but you know what? It's great tonight. Flip it up.
Hold
Jeez.
on. 2 righteous fairies back.
Just pull that last pistol. Night. Fall
That wasn't even on the highest setting. That was the lowest setting that thing got.
I think this might be the first time I can say this, but just like the Mechanicus have always been saying, you pull out this last pistol and this man just fucking disintegrates.
This poor thug looks down the hall, sees his buddy got turned to ash, like...
Yeah. No, he's like, turn around, walk away. Yeah, nah. This... I was going to turn his last pistol. Not anymore. This last pistol is now my new favorite gun. It will stick with... It will stay in my hands until the day I die. It's what killed Frank the Third.
No one will believe it.
I whispered to it, good girl.
Jesus Christ, Chase, you're a dead man tomorrow.
I'm fully expecting multiple character deaths, and I will accept them.
Oh my, Chase, we gotta fight the thing in the basement tomorrow. You fucking dead man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to die. Whatever the hell's in the basement's about to rip fucking Ken's head the fuck off.
Man, these two thugs look at their fallen heavy. One of them looks back and sees the ashes of the fucker that just got hit by what he assumes is a plasma pistol. Because las pistols don't do that. Flashlights don't do that to a body.
So seeing this, I have them turn around. I manacle both of them, put them on their knees, lean out, seize Frank, bark at Frank to go get to come here and watch these two, and I'm about to go drag this one inside.
All right. So I step over the ash pile.
I take his chain axe. This is mine now. This is evidence.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on. I renamed the last pistol. I'm just gonna. This is just to show off its name to the group.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus, Chase!
Nice shot, bro. Nice
Roll
shot.
damage! Roll damage! I want to see you roll damage.
No,
I
this was
swear, if I
this-
see
this-
another Righteous Fury, okay,
Thank
we good.
This was just him like executing one of the prisoners. Zap.
No.
Just
Oh,
The last
shoot the
pistol.
ash pile.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. The last gun has been given a name, and the last gun shall now stay until the end of time.
It's just the gun that you
Oh,
mobbed the
Lord.
fuck to get rid of.
But yeah,
Okay, so you have two prisoners conscious and one prisoner not so conscious.
Yes. Once I drag him inside, I look at them, and I just bark over. Quiet one! Are you a death in Medicaid?
No. No.
Hey. Are you alive still?
You hear a feeble yeah as you just hear still a rapid fire staccato of auto quill.
Okay, good girl.
Yeah.
I was like, look at the conscious thugs and look at the one that's barely holding it together. Alright. Who sent you? Why are you here?
It was just a job, man.
Answer
Yeah.
the question.
What do you want?
Who sent you?
It was just a job. You know, they just post it up, you know, and any gang that wants it can take a shot at it.
Yeah, and Frank pipes up. It's like, yeah, something I heard in the lower decks. Apparently, just some scam the low rankers like to do.
Or I heard just some whore was looking around the record rooms, you know. No one likes people when they look around the records.
Let me see.
We were just told to take her to have a talk. Someone
Talk
Don't know
with who?
Don't know who. We were just supposed to drop them off, get paid.
Where?
Just supposed to take her to a common room, VIP room full.
Rank, do you know what that is?
That's just in the common. It's one of the VIP rooms in the common room that you were. at.
Yeah, it's like just one of the VIP rooms, not belonging to anyone specific, if that's what you're asking. But could be the governor himself keeping an eye on let no one mess with cash
Would I
grab.
be that big of a dick?
Yes.
Huh?
Oh.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm. I need to think of questions for these dumbasses. Drew, when I look at the chain axe, what air quote condition is the chain axe?
Just normal condition.
Okay.
By the way, he has a flak vest, if that means anything to any of you.
Oh.
The thugs
Sees
have
flak-
just stub revolvers, and that's it.
Sees flak vest. Your buddy there. Where did he get the flak vest from?
It was, we bought it.
From?
Market? It was a birthday
Public
gift.
or black? Which one?
What?
Public market or the black market?
Public? You can get flak on the public. It's not like it's guard flag, but it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Stares
We
at
might want a
him.
refund after this.
Well, to be fair, taking a shotgun point blank is going to hurt no matter what.
Listen, the pamphlet said that the flak can deflect any ballistic weapon.
Out of character, these people have obviously not heard of the gospel of the carapace pant.
Yeah.
They will soon. Don't you worry.
I mean, if he had any pants on, he would be alive. He'd be semi-alive still.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as I look at his broken leg, well, to be fair, what took your friend down was not so much the bullet, it was the buckshot to the chest, but the 90-degree leg.
Yeah, but listen, I feel like if we get out of this alive, we're going to need to try and get some money some other way. Resetting the leg costs money, and, well, I guess we can take Jimmy's money off him. And left that.
No,
on his
that'd be a
ass
6% chance. You know, I'm not even going to try that. Ah, yes, Medicaid, 6% chance. I rolled to reset his leg.
Yeah, no, you're liable to kill him.
No, I won't kill him. It was just hurt like hell. Actually, hey Drew, can you use survival to reset the leg? That is a thing you can do.
I'll say you can put it in a splint so he'd be able to walk out if he ever wakes up. I shouldn't say walk, but hobble.
If he wakes up. But no.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hold on.
Frank,
How
do you have
much?
any question with these two?
When
Go on, Queed.
so how long will it take for me to finish copying all of the important documents?
Considering what you rolled, about half an hour.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, so once I'm done making copies, I'm going to take all the originals and put them back where I found them. Are you okay, Chase?
Yeah.
It's the physical manifestations of his soon-to-be bad luck. It's infecting him out of Roll20.
Roll 20 is now going to kill him in real life because it avoided him.
It's going to crawl out of his computer like the Ring.
If it does that, then I'll bring it. If I can murder the manifestation of Roll20, it'll make my goddamn universe.
If you win, you become the new manifestation of Roll 20.
Then you, after you try to fuck me.
Yeah, that'll fuck us all over.
Question, you two. What normally happens to your kind when you get arrested on the station?
We pay a fine and then we go. Well, unless you're a member of one of the two big ones, then you never get arrested.
I see. So attempting kidnapping a administratum adept is quite the punishable offense. I do have legal authority to execute you now.
Well, you don't look like no all to me.
Fair. I'm something a bit different.
Now listen.
How about,
you-
how about
She's crazy.
listen,
about
we're
this?
more than happy to go back, spread the word not for people not to fuck with you.
How about this? To commute to a sentence, you assist us in what we are currently doing.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't see why we wouldn't pay no fine to get out of here. And frankly, whatever you're doing, if people are paying people to, escort you places, I don't know if I want in on it.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, how much was this job worth?
About 1,000 thrones. Not much, but figured it was easy. You're supposed to be some administratum clerk that just came in. Just some frail woman that doesn't even have a weapon, we told.
I doubt she has one unless you count her clipboard.
Hey, easy money, we thought.
I mean,
Now
I'm
Jim
fairly-
is dead. John's leg was gone. Well, not gone, but
It's in 4 pieces.
John's leg is pretty fucked up.
Mm.
Listen, we don't want no problems. You guys clearly won. Oh, there's the lady we were supposed to kidnap.
She rounds the corner, like currently trying to bind this, I imagine, a reasonably thick sheaf of documents that still seem hot. And she looks up, and her pale face, goes even paler as she sees the guns.
Mother Drew, I would have taken their stub revolvers off of them. How much ammo do they have?
The rule is generally that they always have 2 clips, and considering they never shot them,
18 bullets apiece.
I believe the stub revolver has 6 shots, right?
Yeah, 18
Yeah.
bullets.
Yeah, so they'd have 6 plus 2 reloads.
Okay. Plus 2 reloads. Okay. So, yeah. So that's a fun amount.
You'd have quite a lot of plus 3 for the next one if you take both of them.
So yeah, I'm like, just take those. Alright, then.
I don't suppose we can convince you to let those back. Those are expensive.
No. I have a plan now, but this may be different from what we're here for. Would you two like to listen in on it? Looks towards the other women in the room.
Nods.
Before you start explaining this play, I look at the dudes. I have a quick question. This has been bothering the hell out of me ever since I've been hearing these damn rumors. Do you know who's been stealing a shit ton of Gronks? Because that's a ballsy ass move, and I have to nod my head. I have to tip my hat to whoever the fuck's doing this.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. Groks are owned either by the governor, not Chris Pratt. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Chris Pratt. It's Chris Pratt. Don't you lie to him.
Chris Pratt, the crime lord. It's either owned by the governor, Nike, or Jack. And from what I've heard, the governor practically just lets Nike run his Groks. And none of us are dumb. No, I don't know anyone on the station that's dumb enough to fuck with one of those 3.
Governor Pratt?
No.
No.
He's
Yeah,
no,
I know.
Nope.
So, wait, hold
You
on.
believe them entirely.
yeah. If you wish to scrutiny, that's fine.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Nope.
Come on, Chase, roll with your bullshit.
Yeah. Roll that
Alright.
You haven't gotten in
3.
that one yet.
Roll that 3. Oh, damn.
No.
Finally. Okay. So,
It only took him fucking 3 hours.
yeah. Finally took it that long, but you know what? Now
His
it's
average
all-
roll, I think, even with the 96, is still probably 30 something.
Yeah. But So Katarina will kind of walk up to Kira and will kind of like even quieter than normal, like whisper in her ear, basically talking about how the copies I've made, we can give them to Varain. What's our quote unquote handler's name?
Remember, he's not allowed. Yeah, he's not allowed to help.
No, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying is these documents, in my estimation, are, she would say, are enough proof of concept to explain that there is something worth not only is something worth investigating here, but also that we are capable of handling such things as well. It's something that we should have sent to the
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I looked at the argument. It's like, I honestly think we let the poor dumbasses go on the hell home.
I agree with the redhead.
These are, like I said, the fact that I was able to learn about this fairly easily. This is just a low-ranked scam. Not a great scam, but a low-ranked scam that nobody of any real importance, authority, or even brains tries to pull. Now, I am curious about one thing. How'd you get past... It was like, did I see a busted-ass servitor, or is there just or the servitor still standing outside the door?
The servers are still there by the door.
Yeah, how'd you get past... brainless back there?
We got an ID. Hell, practically everyone's got an administrative ID nowadays.
Oh, I just kind of quickly
close to their chest here.
Yeah, I quickly grab like that little ID and look at it.
Looks just like the one you see Katarina always carrying around.
How did you get these?
I mean, you just go to the right people, ask the right questions, pay the right amount.
Ooh, little mouse! It seems you've got a rat in your house.
She just nods and says, almost like for the first time, quite plainly, she just nods. Mm-hmm. The adepts here are shamelessly corrupt.
Oh, I love this place so much.
Quiet one. Who did you speak to while we were here? Anyone you may have earned their ire of?
She just says that she went. She socialized with her fellow adepts. They all really seem to like me for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you are my kind's favorite. As I say, I mean, like I said, I say we just let the idiots go.
Well, these idiots could aid us in our little investigation. Commute their sentence, per se. Or you rather pay a hefty fine or be executed for attempting to steal a member of the Adeptus Administratum.
Oh.
Well, that's quite the extensive sentence. It's a bit higher than what normally goes around here.
Yes. If you cannot tell them we are not from around here.
Is that going to get that?
Yeah.
So,
newbies.
Perhaps we can set the trap for whoever wishes to take our little quiet one.
Listen, I already told you where they need to go, and listen, I know some boys that can get you get some of your equipment down on planet. I assume you're gonna want to go down there, and well, the local authorities might be a bit loose when it comes to a lot of things, but they tend not to like the advanced tech down there. But I know some boys that work on the shuttle.
Vera's gonna insight him at this point.
I know some boys on the shuttle. If you let me go, I'll be willing to talk to them. And you can.
I'll spin my last fate to pass.
You know, it's interesting.
He seems to be honest and panicking.
I'm surprised that neither of them have tried the "I have a family" shtick. I got 30.
They assume the person with the shotgun that just not hesitated blew this man's chest partially in and then promptly broke his leg, and the woman that just disintegrated a man probably don't have hearts.
I got 33 children and of 16 different baby mamas. Please leave me alone.
You don't
Vera
understand how
looks
many
at-
holes I got.
Vera looks at them. Tell me your names, both of you.
My name's Bob, and that's Ted.
Really not Bill?
Fuck.
Repeat that. People came into my room.
My name's Bill, and that's Ted.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like you're about to go on a grand adventure.
Now listen.
This was a grand adventure.
Now listen. Can we just call us even? You give us our guns back, and I'll tell you how to. I'll make sure that you get your whatever equipment you want down planet side.
Make the arrangements first. And I may give you back one of your guns.
Can we at least get the ammo for the other woman?
Maybe.
What do we have to do to get the chain axe back?
Prove your worth. If our little endeavor here goes off without further or lessen interruptions, and if you're able to see to that, you'll get your equipment back. If not, then I'm keeping it. Fair?
Okay, we'll get on that.
Good.
They just kind of pick up their friend John as Bill and Ted just kind of hobble away,
I
looking
take back my manacles.
looking rather remorselessly at the ash pile as they walk over it.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel bad for these guys.
That was a very that was a
That was sad.
That's what happens when you ambush an Arbite when a fucking desperado is behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Frank looks at it and was like, yeah, I kind of forgot. Cremator gets a little frisky, which
Katerina in her head just like, las pistols aren't designed to do that.
Looks down.
Cremator.
That's what that
She
was?
turned Miniman into ash. I don't know how she
Fucking
does it. Yeah, I renamed it to Cremator with that. It's like, what? Hell, she's the one that put Frank the Third down. Ashified him instantaneously. That was on the highest setting. She did on the lowest. I'm proud of her.
Uh-huh.
She gets special treat tonight.
She gets that some of that.
I'm gonna go get some real. I'm gonna go get the good legit. Yeah. Oh, legit. I'm gonna go to the tech priest and get like the good stuff.
The Sacred Unguents.
Katerina like clenched in her other fist. You just see she has this like dinky looking like plastic 22 looking motherfucker, just kind of like maybe the size of her normal hand, like hand outstretched in her
Oh,
fist.
you gotta hold out.
I got a tiny baby stub automatic, but then you look at it and like you see because like it's plastic, and you're like the rounds that are in the motherfucker are like as big as a thumb and like as fat as like a V battery, just like chunked in there.
No,
I feel like the
will
first time he
explode.
tries to shoot that thing, I'm just gonna have to tell him, okay, now you're gonna have to try that again, but with the safety off.
Yeah,
Also, it sounds like that thing's gonna snap in half on the first shot.
she's never she's never fired a gun before. Leave her alone.
Quad, you really should have gotten the 54 Transit with the way you described that damn thing.
She theoretically knows how it works. Okay, like she read the manual.
Listen, I'll say this. Connor, you've seen two things of interest today. You've seen a las pistol that actually lives up to Mechanicus' preachings about what the las pistol can do.
Yeah.
And you've seen a pistol that might, from what you've been able to see of it, might be really valuable because it's clearly never been fired before.
Oh god. Well, this is interesting.
It don't got that mileage on it.
Vera looks up the fucking double revolver she has in her hands and just hands it over to Frank.
Hey.
As you
As she
have to
stuffed
fucking
the
K-Max.
other one into her coat. Alright then. So, shall we go pay your admirer a visit? As she looks over towards Katerina.
What?
The person who wanted to capture. Shall we go pay them a visit?
She pales and starts stuttering about how she doesn't think that's a good idea.
It's a great idea. I mean, it's an extra $3,000.
Less that and more. It could
Just
be
turn her
to,
in.
Wait a minute.
less that and more can lead to a further points of interest in our current investigation.
Okay, but she. Well, damn. Would she hold on to the documents, or would she give the documents to somebody else?
I will say, when you hand Frank the stuff overall, she does look at it mild disgust. It's like, ugh, solid.
Reliable.
She whispers to Cremator, don't worry, it'll never be used. It's going to get thrown out of an airlock.
You get drunk when I Yeet Tree ran it out because he just jammed once.
Oh, Cremator will never leave me.
Okay. Yeah. She won't protest because you're both like in agreement, but she'll like alternate between being really pale and like really red and just kind of like stutter and bluster and make excuses about why this is a terrible idea. But she won't try to do anything to stop you.
She might want to calm yourself. Look at it like this. Do this. What the fuck, you Joker? I'm like, we was like, right, do not worry. Think about it like this. You're aiding the Emperor clear his holy land of crime and villainy. Take solace in that.
You said Joker. I think you said Joe Dirt. I'm like,
I was like JoJo.
I think the the administratum clerk needs to learn how to put a smile on her face.
Drew, do we live in a society?
Technically,
Do we?
we live in a society within a society.
I don't know.
Oh,
We all
God.
get what we deserve.
Oh yeah. But if you tell her that, Katerina will mumble, "I prefer helping the Emperor through making balance sheets." No.
Well, now you learn something a bit different than mere paperwork. Come along. But prior to us, I shall slip away for a moment to go drop off the excess information before we make our way towards the meeting point. Actually, Drew, how long would it take me to go back to the ship and drop it off?
An hour, give or take.
Okay. Y'all can stay here for a bit longer to do whatever you want to do. Should I roll stealth or should I just go?
I mean, it's entirely up to you if you want to try and be stealthy about it.
I'll try to be sneaky. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you're very
Hey!
sneaky.
I
You
need
did.
all your equipment. I was like, how the fuck are you gonna plus 30s? Ew. Damn.
Equipment.
Yeah, I'll say your equipment.
Yeah, go back up to the ship, drop off, recharge my stomach, come back.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, I can just go turn in mouse and talk to whoever it was.
I'd rather wait while we're all there in case something like that, just towards the asphalt, happens again.
That's why I'm going to prep Cremator with her favorite little thing as I put in a hot shot charge pack.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
It doesn't need to be more deadly.
Apparently,
Never thought I'd say this about a las pistol. Don't upgrade it. It's too deadly.
I imagine she's got like the specific brand of las pistol, like the Eschers use. Like it looks like that.
It's like on the side, long faded, just like says Mars.
Yeah, she's like crossed that out and like scratched the barrel Cremator.
Oh God, no! I would never damage Cremator like that. That's just what I call it.
Dude, there's a last pistol version that I love called the Steel Burner, and it's the meanest fucking last pistol I've ever had.
It is very mean.
It is so aggressive. Oh God, yeah. Actually, Drew, on my way back, since there are plenty of markets and stuff, can I get a net?
A net?
A net.
What's its rare?
Common.
Sure. You have to roll for it.
Okay. Wait, did they have net in 5th edition? And I mean, not 5th edition, 2nd edition, or do they only have the bowler?
They do now.
Yeah. If we're gonna wait around, if Mouse doesn't want to stick around here much longer, I legit am gonna go talk to Mechanicus about getting the good stuff for Cremator.
I assume that while Connor is dropping off the shit, you will.
No. I cannot find a net on this station.
Apparently, they don't know what rope is with that roll. I assume that during the hour that she's going to drop off stuff, you will go get your oil. Which I believe is just common as well, right?
Yeah, let me double check for Sacred Unject.
Yeah, common is scarce. It's okay, you'll roll like a 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Let's try to get some of those, because those are also common.
I like this.
Actually, no. Sacred Unguents are very rare.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah. So that's a minus 30, plus 10, so a minus 20. I've got a 12.
Connor, let me get some, basic equipment. Chase, let me get some high-grade oils.
Let me get rope.
Yeah. Well, no, to be fair, I rolled 2 Righteous Furies with that gun. That gun deserves Sacred Unguents.
I mean, fair. There's one more item I want to try to get my hands on. Not the multi-compass. Magnoculars, that's it.
Hey man, don't deny the multi-compass.
Oh, they have fucking binoculars in abundance. Okay.
Oh yeah, you want a magnocular? Okay, hold on. It's like opens up a closet full of them. Yeah, you want one?
A closet filled with all being held up by rope. Like, why can't you give me that rope?
Man, it's unfortunate you haven't found the dealer yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I got some magnoculars. That's fine. So, yeah, I'll then make my way back to the group.
Yeah, I'll do shopping a little later. Well, so when I try to track down the Black Marketeer, because I want a little bit. Yeah, because I like Connor because I also am a semi-stealth character. I was going to go for the same stummer, camo cloak, that kind of stuff, but
We want to talk to the dealer.
yeah, fuck it. Let's try to get my hands on some of the more high-end stuff.
Yeah, the dealers are common. I should have mentioned this because Connor might have used it. But their special thing is like they have a shady deal where a PC can use them for their next requisition test. They can get a plus 10. However, if you fail, your subtlety decreases by 2d10.
Oh, in that case, because I didn't realize that's what that shady deal.
And
plus
they
10 was.
give you a +10.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
then
is that what Quad got us?
No, this is just a dealer that would be around at this very, very shady station.
So there's an NPC in the book called the Insurati Oiler, whose special ability is you can actually go to them and you can make commerce tests with them. You can treat them like a merchant, and then get you illegal things, and they'll actually get them pretty well. But if they fail, your subtlety goes down because you were seen making deals with an illegal merchant who had just made some waves.
Yeah.
In this case, this is just can't remember what his exact name is, but I have him noted down as a dealer. And you just go to him, it gives you a +10, it just has the minor setback of if you fail, it's a 2D. It really quickly can fuck your subtlety.
Yeah, in that case, I won't do that. I'll just wait to try to get my hands on a few of the heavier duty stuff through the Inquisition. Because, like I said, all I kind of want is the stealth stuff, which can wait. No. I go to Tech Priest, they look at me funny. They're like, how dare you? I'm like, look, Cremator deserves it, but fine.
You don't deserve Cremator.
Yes. Well, that's me. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do any more shopping. Yeah, we'll meet up and we'll go talk to,
the Joker.
Heath Ledger himself. This is just a token I have for Oil. He's not actually a special character. Just
the main man.
He looked kind of happy. Also surprised. He just opens the little private room up to you guys and just kind of looks at Katrina and is like, yeah. Here's the little snoop. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. The last time I checked, the people I sent were all male group.
Mm-hmm.
Things changed quite a way through. As Vera holds out her hand.
Yeah.
He will happily shake it with a smile and says, yes. I believe 1,000 Thrones was the thing. You'll find it in the briefcase.
Yeah, I immediately grab it and slide it.
Check it first.
I know the deal.
Is
Does
it
it glow?
1,000 Thrones or is it like a bomb?
Yeah, it's a bomb in the booth that he's in.
Yeah, no, I think, I am going to.
Dude, I've seen some people do some crazy things.
Yeah, it is 1,000 Thrones.
Yeah, I would understand if you were wearing a fucking power field and you were willing to roll the cosmic dice.
Joke's on you, he has a teleportarium.
No. Dude,
Just grabs Katrina. Bye, suckers.
No. It's what I would do. Yes. You walk up. He hands you the briefcase. You open it. You see him flicker out. It was a hologram. Fuck. Boom.
Little do you know, he is a gambling man. No, it'll be just like Homer did with the mine in Gilman's ship. Brother, you remember to prepare your teleportarium.
But yeah, he simply smiles as he looks over at Katrina and says, now why don't you two, now you got your money, you can go back to your little gang.
Yep.
Now talk to our little goody two-shoes here. Explain the rules of how this place works.
Yep. I close the briefcase, set it down away from him on my other side, close the door, quick draw the last pistol, put it to his skull, and be like, actually, you're going to answer our questions because you tried to steal our crewmate.
He looks at you for a solid minute and just says, I really should have seen this coming.
Yes. Well then.
None of those fools look like they could possibly get a girl. Let alone two of them.
Yes. Well done. Pleasure to meet you. Who are you?
Connor, you in question. I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay, that's good. I was about ready to have Katrina break down and sob
as they walk away and leave you.
I was going to try and weave the only story I could possibly weave. Just play up the innocent idiot.
What? Why is it? I honestly believe that you are a fucking assassin or a desperado, and you're just saying all these things to cover your ass.
I mean, hey man, I could be a lot of things. You don't know.
Oh, but yes. So, what is your name?
Listen, my
Let's
name's not
start.
important. I'm just a middleman for jobs.
And who put this job up?
Listen, if you want me to betray my customers, you're basically asking me to die. So
Looks
I
up the
forget-
last
have-
pistol put to his head. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As I said, you're basically asking me to die. So I don't understand the difference between shot or tortured by you, or the difference of being shot and tortured by my clients.
Different is we can help you get away from your clients if you're willing to aid us.
Add some money to that, and we might have a deal.
We can add some money.
I want, and he throws out a number of thrones. Essentially, you'll all be taking a -10 to requisition because he's asking for essentially a good chunk of your budget.
Can I roll commerce?
You may.
Okay, sorry, what's happening?
He's trying to upcharge the fuck out of us.
Do
It's
I
like,
get any, do I
Frank
get
goes,
or penalties?
And the moment you try and talk money to him, Katrina, he just looks at you, gives you the eyes, and just says, now doll, I'm sure you can give me a nice discount.
She just pulls out her autoquill and sets it on the table.
Why is that more
Does
threatening
math.
than the guns at my head?
Wait, what
Yeah.
did he say?
oh, Frank has not put down her gun. Frank just looks like, you are a commendable ballsy son of a
wow,
bitch.
that's a
We could just, drag you the fuck out of here and beat the information out of you.
As I said to your companion, I don't see that if I rat my clients out, I'll be killed and tortured. I'll be tortured and killed. So I don't see the threat of being tortured and killed as much of a thing.
I never
I
said
guess
kill.
we can both re-roll for free.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good.
I do remove the pistol since he's being cooperative in negotiation. I don't let go of it. I just put
Wow.
it kind of gently in my lap.
I would have laughed. I would have lost my shit. Like it's late here. I'd have lost my fucking mind if he'd rolled 100 too.
Apparently, his flirting does throw you off your game.
Oh yeah, Katrina is like it's weird. Like she's she's pale, she's flushed, sweating, and like blushing all at the same time. Like 'cause she is
Too much
Being-
social stimuli.
it's too much social stimuli. She's a total introvert, and like in the span of 15 minutes, she's been shot at, she's been flirted with, she's been terrified. She nearly peed herself. Like she nearly burst into tears. She wants to go home and never leave her live work cubicle again.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn mouse.
It will, because of that 15, that natural 100. I mean, it will be a -15 to your next commerce roll.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, we paid the crap out of them.
And that is for all of you. All of you will once get a -15 to your commerce rolls.
I mean, again, I was like, I do look. I'm like, we can't just take them back and see if we can't find a more forceful means of getting the information out of them. I don't particularly. Let's just, Captain ain't gonna be too happy if we blow this much of our budget.
The problem is sneaking him back to the vessel.
I assure you, the moment we leave this room, if you're going to torture me, I will be screaming quite loudly for some of my friends.
That can be taken care of very easily.
I will be waving quite loudly to the Arbites, the enforcers as well.
And again, taken care of very easily.
Yeah, try to kidnap the wrong crew.
Listen, I'm just a middleman. I'm willing to work with you, but if you're asking me, I'm going to need enough money to move and set up somewhere else.
We can help you move. Or we can help you set up somewhere else.
I would prefer not to go anywhere near you. Again, after this, no offense, but I have a personal rule not to take around people that put guns in my face.
Well, then you shouldn't be messing with our crew.
Out of character. Drew, that's probably the most reasonable thing any of your NPCs have said all day.
Yeah.
Our most reasonable rule.
I mean, to be fair, I've also had the same problem with long-term working relationships. Like I said, I'm fine with blowing the budget. I'm just worried the captain's going to try to shove his foot up our ass.
He's an observer, remember that.
That's why I'm saying captain. Shove his foot up our ass. So, essentially, sorry, I again look at Kenner. So,
Question. What ties do you have to this system?
None that I ain't willing. I know I have a finger in just about every pie in Aurelia. Very little gets on here that I don't know about.
noted.
Do you know anything about the missing Groxes?
That's going to cost you a bit more than what I just said.
You've already set the price. I'm just asking.
The price was to talk about someone that was trying to kidnap your friend here. Your very pretty friend here. Gives her a wink.
How about this? I'd rather not break our entire budget on you. I'm willing to pay a amount, but not the entire budget. But how about this? A favor for information.
Well, you guys seem competent. And something tells me I'll get slapped or worse if I suggest doing what I would really like to do with three pretty ladies such as yourself. But
you will not be a man by the time you're done.
I mean, I don't particularly give a crap. I've fucked way worse.
Ow. Anyway, barring that kind of favors, which, frankly, for what you're asking me to do, I wouldn't even think your three pretty selves would be worth it. There is a job I wouldn't mind doing. And frankly, with the competition around here, I was thinking about leaving anyway. So, if you can get me safe passage on the next merchant ship out and a new ID, I would appreciate that. My contacts with the normal people I go to for fake IDs would probably be alert some people I would rather not talk to on my way out. You understand? So I need to make sure it's a good one.
We can definitely give you some IDs. We can even set you up with a place on a planet we've been to.
As I said, I don't want to be around you guys after this. No offense, but you kind of lose that kind of trust when you threaten to torture and or kill.
We've yet to say anything about torture. Kill is another matter.
Yeah, Little Red here has been talking about forced interrogation tactics.
Yeah, well, I will fully admit, I'm not above torturing a person for information. Paying is personally fine too. That's why I'm willing to talk payment and lower the gun, since he's being cooperative with that. I mean, I slide in and be like, pull out. You can be a Henry. Didn't work well for the first Henry, but you can be a Henry.
Listen, I need a good ID. You get me that?
We can arrange an ID for you.
Yeah, give me that and the payment, and I'll tell you who was going to kidnap your friend here, and who may or may not be having ties with the Grox.
Rather than that amount, let's go back to the original you asked for of the 10, rather than the 15.
Okay, if you're going to do that kind of negotiation, ma'am, I have a new offer. If you were willing to take a minus 20 while you are on this planet, he will give you both right now. No ID, no necessary, just a -20 for all your... And you essentially give half of your budget.
It's also important to remember that as an administrative clerk, I'll be giving everyone basically a +10 to their tests, given how availability will work for me.
Yeah. I mean, here's a slight negotiation. We go back to the original price. I deeply apologize. I know you don't want to deal with us, but we can guarantee a safe room on the ship while we get the ID ready. It'll be
That
Great.
ain't gonna fly. I don't
You'll
really
be-
trust that I'll be walking out of your ship. Also,
Right.
after a few years of doing this, I know people that you don't want to work with because of the trouble they tend to bring. And while your administratum clerk here seems a little harmless, no offense, you scream like a bloody assassin, and you, my red-headed friend, seem like the kind of person that burns bars down for fun.
No,
That was one of her offenses.
no, that was not for fun. I refused to pay the tab because that fat bastard was double charging me, and I knew it.
Either way.
Yeah.
15 and the ID.
And we'll put some effort in it.
15, and I want to see the ID, and you got your information. You'll drop it off at the bartender over there. This one.
Yep.
Make sure it's the right one, not the left one. I can't trust that left one.
Alright.
And in return, once he checks it out, he will give you the information you need. It'll be encrypted. Nothing complicated. I'm sure your pretty little friend here, points to Katrina, will be able to figure it out in an hour or so, but it's enough to make sure you won't be able to track me down afterwards. You know how this works.
That's fine with the two of you.
Well, I'm willing to do a slight mod. You always negotiate to the very end before that deal shake. Slight mod. You get half an out, and your friend gets the other half and the ID. Just to make sure that...
I'll
You're a
gladly take
trusting
half the
man.
money now.
Huh?
No, he'll get the money when we get the info. This is a all or nothing deal, and I'd rather not get screwed.
the lady, the wise redhead here wants to give me half now.
You're not talking to the redhead, you're talking to me.
Katerina will finally pipe up very quietly, and she'll just like look at him and be like, "Please, Mr. Young, can you like just accept?" And she just like gestures to Vera, just like accept. I saw her break the guy's knees, and it was really nasty, and there was blood. And then she starts like tearing up, thinking about an imagined gory blood scene.
Ooh. Apologies for mouth.
Passes you like a little handkerchief, like, here, doll.
Yeah.
She wipes her eyes, muttering and mumbling about piles of ashes where people used to be.
It's okay,
Yes.
kid. She's got a last pistol. Those don't go through shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As I go, like, well, the hot shot in here definitely would have. As I put it up. All right. Since you seem to be leading negotiation, this bruiser, I'll agree with the rest.
15 ID. We have a deal.
I'll be pissed.
If you would like to pay, you know where to drop it off. Otherwise, I'm going to go and tell my employer that unfortunately I was not able to get the pretty lady.
Yeah. Also, when he like walks by, I grab the briefcase and hold it with the. Never mind. You still ain't getting this back.
Thank you. That makes my employer much more happy. Now, that said, though, ma'am, if he kind of like winks at Katrina. If you want to have some pleasure later, you know where to find me. Until, well, you don't. But if you want to hang out, just drop off a little note with money.
Kyrie just looks at him and doesn't say anything, just like still wiping her eyes.
Yeah. Also, I say he's not getting it back. I'm keeping the briefcase. He's about to get the 1,000 back probably, but it's the principle of the matter.
Let's let's get going.
So, just to quickly wrap it up, because we have been going for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to roll for it?
So I was gonna ask this. Looking at Katerina, or whoever the hell is making the information,
Hi.
with the ID, make it as good as you can. Make it as good as you can. But
And
make
put
it
your phone
so.
number next to it.
Hmm?
And put your phone number next to it.
No.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say. Do make it so we make sure we have it in our logs for later.
Overload him with traffic tickets.
Yeah, no, you're actually no.
Oh,
you're way
so-
you're way nicer than I was. I was going to say slipping enough inquisitorial key phrase name when it comes across that some other acolyte group jumps on his ass.
I doubt she has lore inquisition. I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
it goes like a hive or whatever. Oh, humana. Oh, you get a match. You get a ping with what? This ID. That fucker's here. Let's go pay him a visit.
Correct. Yeah. No.
I can do that.
Yeah. Keep the ID in our record, so if we ever come across him again, we could be. He's like, "How the fuck do you keep finding me?" I'm like, "We made your ID."
We made you. We created you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You come back later, he's actually a crime boss now, thanks to all the money you gave him.
It's fine. Just a future asset of like, we helped you get started. And I already apologize for the gun to the face. But yeah, so we'll take a minus 15 as we blow a lot of the budget. But we get the information on who. So yeah, if you want, if Drew allows, you can wait till after XP just to try to give yourself a little bit of a boost, or you can just do it
Obviously,
now.
I won't. That sounds cheating. Roll that right now. You will get a plus 10 because I assume you take your time.
Yeah, of course. And you said it was bureaucracy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, since I have knowledge underworld, can I give her the help action?
Nope.
no. Because I tried that with Deceive, and I needed the Allure too to help. Actually, while they go off to the ship to make this ID, I'm going to pick up what's the best wrinkle cream on the market?
I don't know what it is. It's Emperor's Wrinkles Be Gone.
There we go.
It's not
How much
Fulgrim special?
Fill in those cracks, and they'll never be breached again.
This lotion will
I
make
said
even an
Fulgrim,
Ogren
not
seem
fucking
pretty.
Dorns.
Yeah, but I imagine Dorns would be better. Or that's Spackle. Regardless.
Dorn makes some good condoms. That's what he makes.
For those protects. Yeah, no. I will hopefully before the budget is crashed, I will pick him up, let's say a case of 20.
Why did Jester Token just shift?
Because I wanted him to be staring at you.
Yeah. So what rarity would you put that stuff at?
I will just say you get it.
Okay, then yeah, I get him a case of like 20 and come back to the ship and be like, "Hey, old man, here you go."
Thank you,
It's like,
dearie.
yeah. Remember
Why
this?
does Katrina look like she's... Why is Katrina crying all over documents? Again.
Violence for the first time in her very boring and very safe life.
Oh. Poor
Although
thing.
Yeah.
I would point out, after she was out of sight of that oiler, she would have just like immediately like she was using his handkerchief, but she just like throws it away and it's like, okay, feels better now.
Damn, girl. Honey. Yeah, but no, when I give the ring code, yeah, just remember this when the next time you send a message to boss of our budget and try to smooth the tone over as I quickly leave.
We do not talk about what was spent on the budget, simply that it was spent.
It was spent.
Yeah.
Which I must say, this is quite a lot. I hope this wasn't all spent on this lotion.
Oh, no, this was
Yes, it was.
yeah, no. I did. No. This was good. This was not too much. It was a very hefty bribe for very valuable information.
Well, I trust you girls. It's not
Jessica
like
comes
I ever
in.
leave the ship either.
Jessica comes in next session. So what happened? Oh, we made a deal with criminals. You're all under arrest.
I'm like, technically, it was a sanctioned informant payoff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before we end it here for today, the information consists of essentially, a gang that with ties to Jack was the one that was... They essentially have a standing order to catch anyone that goes snooping around the records.
Yeah.
And then bring them down there. And from what he can get, it's not firm, but it's assumed that anyone that gets there will have a nice, pleasant conversation with Jack. It's happened a few times over the last decade that he's been here. Typically what happens is a new reformed administratum clerk will come out and join the rest for bar carousing in the foreseeable future. So, stern talking to, worse than what happened to Katrina there.
Yes, a very stern talking to.
Which, for her, would have probably been the worst form of torture that she could possibly imagine.
Yeah. Oh, Katrina
He
would have
raised he raised his voice once. She just crumbles.
Yeah,
Like,
I must say, Jack had to probably legit put the fear of God, intimidate, and just I will fuck your day up. To Katarina, he just goes, Missy, I'm sorry.
you like some tea?
Yeah, it's like she breaks down. It's like I'll never do it again. He's like, okay.
That was easy.
It's like I had scheduled 3 hours for this.
Yeah, god damn it. Never get to use torture implements anymore.
So, how much XP do we get, Drew, for this session?
You will get... I need to post it in...
Do I get anything for emotional trauma?
How much emotional trauma? You get 30 corruption for the flirting.
Oh,
No, you get an invitation. Sorry, Paul, I gotta put you down now.
I'd prefer to take it in the form of insanity.
You feel a lick on your soul, so now found something to play with.
Slanesh has found me. Oh no, he's intrigued. It's intrigued.
I'm just gonna reconvert the Primarch chat.
By the way, that reminds me, Drew. Now that I'm looking at Primarch chat, did you ever turn the recording button on?
No, I have not returned the recording button off.
No, on. Way back
Yeah.
when we started.
Okay, so the other information about that you're probably more concerned about with the Grox is you were giving a lead to a inn, I should say, or a tavern, where a gang typically goes there. You're also told that there is if you go there, you might be able to meet someone that might be willing to give you more information if you are willing to give them something in return. Though he does give you a little hint that says return might involve destroying a certain gang, though, rather than money.
Yeah,
Well, that's up to your negotiating skills. And it's just has a winky face emoji.
When this NPC in particular was first talked about, okay, we need to give him something else in return, my first thought was, oh god, someone's going to get whored out.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this ain't the first time I've had to, just put my hand down a man's pants.
Oh,
Hey.
God.
Hey,
Frank, no.
Drew.
Frank, no.
No.
What?
Drew, since we're on a station with a lot of shit happening, could I make a trade?
What trade?
Could I try to trade that chain axe for a combat shotgun?
You can, but I'm going to go ahead and end the recording here now because, well, just going to be shopping at this point.
Yeah.